Lolime, it's me, Dr. Lolime. Today I'm on Rymy's podcast as test subject number one. Why do I gotta do your intro for you?
Because I don't have one. That's
You
the
gotta
thing
come
with
up
like
with
the first
one.
thing. I
Okay.
think we kind of came up with the thing. YabYap, maybe that's the name.
Okay, so what are we doing?
Marshmallow sent in questions that I filtered out, and I split them into streaming category and then personal. Oh yeah, thank you for submitting your questions. If you submitted any,
How many are there?
like 20-ish, 20-ish. I'll just go down the list. Think the involvement of yourself with starting FlaVR as an original talent has overall been a net positive or net negative for yourself as a creator? I.e., do you think about what things would have been for yourself if you had been indie and had no connections to the FlaVR community?
Okay, so I feel like that's like the core of the streaming type of stuff that I do, right?
Yeah.
Like, I would not have gotten into streaming if Pippa didn't do her original stream, and I wouldn't have didn't do her original stream, and I watched it and I was like, hey, this Brolime thing or this Lolime thing sounds funny. Let me try doing that, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I feel like by necessity, I can't pull myself away from that, right? My existence as a content creator is just tied to it. I did used to do a little stuff on my PL as far as like creating stuff, making short videos, that sort of thing, right? But I never got really into streaming or making a lot of stuff on my own. And so it was the impetus, you know?
Think you would
So,
never have touched streaming if it weren't for FlaVR?
I mean, I touched streaming a little bit before in a smaller scale, not, and not to an audience of like randoms, but people to a community, right?
Yeah.
Um, let's see. Yeah, as far as it being positive or negative, it's just how it is. I don't usually view things as like, oh, net positive, net negative. I feel like that's a little black and white. It's just how it is, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
Everything will have its negatives and positives, so you can't just say, oh, it was good, it was bad, right?
hmm It's hard to simplify personal events like that. But if I had to choose, I'd just say positive, because I wouldn't have been pushed to be this creative otherwise, right? Different types of streams, different stream ideas, different videos, different shorts. I wouldn't have even attempted to express myself in a public space if I didn't have the opportunity to have people watch or listen. Do you think it would have been less far for yourself if you've been indie? If I was indie, I'd be a no one. The
Ah,
flavor grift is so fucking. It's been good. It's been good to me. Like, I wouldn't have had any audience. I wouldn't have been able to reach the people I've reached without doing so.
think you could have eventually like broken out of like your small like friend group. Like
Maybe.
I wonder if in the same amount of time as being like Lime, if we took a parallel universe of you, if you would have had the same-ish numbers, right? But it would have been
No.
less like well now I'm not talking about like concurrent viewers, I'm not talking about like subscribers or like all that,
hmm
right? I wonder if by 2-ish years you would have caught up to where you are in like flavor,
No way.
right? But you'd have
No
to like work
fucking
your
way.
ass off and you'd have to actually grift besides just being flavor.
So there's two main phases. So I've been doing this for what? Like 2 years now, pretty much, right? It's the end of
Uh
2 year anniversary is almost coming out.
yeah.
So there's two main phases to what I see as my I don't want to call it a career, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah. Hobby?
career as a yeah, two main phases to this hobby. I was a neat when I first started. I would spend all my time watching Pippa, catching every one of her streams, participating in the community. And then when Flavor picked up, when it started, when it happened, I was a NEET. I was able to dedicate my full time all into creative endeavors, right? And I wasn't on my
Yeah.
meds. I think that's a big thing too. I wasn't on my meds. Uh, and then in the middle of it, about a year ago, I uh, I was like, you know what? This is not sustainable. This is not gonna be like, my main thing. It's not gonna be like the focus of my life. I need to go back into what I know, which is healthcare. So there's two main phases, me as a need and then me doing this as a side thing. Um, if I
Think
was
about it and you break it down. It was really like, I would say 1/3 unmedicated and then 2/3 medicated.
maybe, yeah, maybe. But if I was to stick with this full time as a NEET for the past 2 years, I don't know where I'd go. I probably wouldn't have gotten very far, especially with having no viewers is very disheartening. With having no chat, very disheartening.
You do
So
have a chat, you do have viewers.
yeah, but I'm saying if I didn't
Oh, if you weren't
grift off the
FlaVR.
concept, yeah. If I had been indie, right? No connection to anyone, and I just started from scratch, I'd have like nothing. I
You think you would
have
have been
friends
more
who are into
unhinged because you
VTubers,
have
but I don't know.
no, like, weights carrying you. Like, oh, because you're attached to Pippa. If you do anything too bad, then that makes Pippa look bad. So as an indie, it
Yeah,
would just all been on you.
I guess
Think
that's true.
maybe you would have been a little more unhinged, right?
But I also wouldn't have pushed to be more creative because I feel like if I'm just an indie streamer, you just play games, right? But
Yeah.
being tied to a concept that my Oshi worked on, it makes me want to do good, right? Makes me want to experiment, makes me want to
Yeah. Just in case they
express
look over at
myself.
you want to make sure you're spinning that plate nice and fast.
Well, in case anyone looks, right? Be like, oh,
Yeah.
what happened to that one fucking meme? And they look at this account and they're like, holy shit, he's been doing shit consistently for 2 years, right? I do it for that. I do it for that. But I wouldn't have had the reach, nowhere near the reach or the influence or the luck if I started as an indie. I mean, it is essentially is a group of indies, right?
Yeah.
We're not tied to each other. We're not obligated for to do anything for each other. We just kind of, you know, came together, broke apart, whatever. Yeah,
Uh, yeah. I wouldn't even say broke apart because if you're never really truly together, then how can you break apart?
I guess. I mean, we did communicate with each other for quite a bit. The quote unquote main flavor people.
I guess we could go into the next question. Is related to the
Okay.
first is what would your character be if you weren't Brolime? You could make
Definitely
original
like
character.
I actually had an old OC. Well, that was made by someone else, but I was like, hey, that's pretty neat. Thank you for making this. It was like white hair, little red demon guy in a scrub top. It's pretty much, a fucking nurse. Back then I still had my med surge experience, only med surge. So I was like, over it. And I was like, yeah, this is who I am, this is what I know. I know med surge, I know how to wipe ass. Um Other than that, I'm not sure. I'm too used to being this like little green lolly freak.
Hmm.
Um,
Let's say like you got somehow got fired from being Dr. Lolime and like you still for some
mhm,
reason want to continue streaming. What would
mhm.
you make like right now?
I'd be a guy. Definitely not a doctor. I'd be a fucking nurse. Maybe not like the slutty nurse type, because when you think of nurse, it's very like
Yeah, the Halloween slutty nurse.
feminine, mini skirt, Halloween, yeah. But I'd just be some dude in scrub top. I'd be boring.
You'd be boring, you'd be
Uh,
guy hoodie, but guy scrubs.
yeah. Scrubs instead of a hoodie. I don't know what like kind of theming or like if I had to use an animal. or even
You can
like
be
a
a
main
demon.
hairstyle or palette, maybe. But like I think it shows with my preference in art, right? The people I scab and the way I request scabs is just like, here's some references, do whatever the fuck you want, right? And I'm
Yeah.
not really picky on how it's expressed or how it looks. And even now, I'm like, okay, you know, green twin tails, eye patch, lab coat, and that's it, right? That's the concept. Especially since it was born from AI art,
Mm-hmm.
and there's the variability in the AI art, right? Uh, I don't know. I'd keep it simple. Keep it simple, keep it clean. I'd probably do the same style, which is like just kind of be myself, not really play up into a character. I'm not like, oh my god, I'm a doctor, I'm gonna diagnose you with this, this, and this, and prescribe you this, this, and this. I don't really make it a part of my like theme.
Yeah.
I'm very
Well,
much the modern type of VTuber versus classic where you play up a character, if you want to
I
define
mean,
it
you
that
do
way.
tie your medical knowledge into some streams. You do like your studies and presentations.
That all of that, right? That's just coincidence, and that's why I picked the green one because
Yeah.
I happen to, have just a little bit of background in healthcare stuff.
Well, I
So I
guess
thought it'd be
this is my
fun to
question
fit.
then. If the green twin-tailed Dr. Lolly didn't exist, which other of the original like flavor pool would you have picked?
Oh. Uh, I don't think I would have. I don't think so. Maybe the
Yeah,
banana cat, just because she's so typical, right?
that was a
Streamer
later
sex
stream.
banana cat. Yeah, it was, but it's still considered core. All right, fine. Of the plain ones, or of the
Of
main
the
ones,
original. The original.
yeah,
Got Mint Vanilla, Cinnabon, Paprika, uh, Lolime. Was that it?
yeah.
Okay.
Donna de Merlot.
Oh
Did you mention
yeah,
that
yeah,
one? The purple one.
yeah,
They're all female, and they're more like female anime woman type, right?
yeah.
It's like, what the fuck would I pick? Unless
Maybe
I really wanted
Donna.
to play the. Mm, no, I don't really. I could play up my very little knowledge in like uh office working and fucking spreadsheets and shit, but I don't think that'd be interesting. There's really no one else but the Dr. Lolly.
Yeah.
I
So I
really
guess if she
can't see
never came up with
myself.
that, you probably would have never like put yourself in the
No,
project.
no. Lolly cute. Green is okay. Eye patch kind of cool,
But you said green
right?
is your worst, like least favorite color.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really like it, but it's grown on me just because I'm so used to seeing it now. And it's very non-standard, I feel like, especially in the VTuber aesthetic sphere. Everything's blue, purple,
It's because green
light blue,
screen, so
light
no one wants to be
purple.
green, because then it's like a pain in the ass to deal with green screens.
Yeah. Uh, I don't know. It's like aesthetically different.
Well, that's because people also think green nature. That's like where their
Yeah.
theming goes. If you want like cool magic mythical, you go like purple, purple blue.
Yeah. If you want like fantasy animal, you go pink. Pink cat, pink rabbit, pink whatever.
Yeah, green is just too common in nature, so people are like meh.
I guess it's too tied with nature. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will say I do think the
Who would I
Lolly May
be?
one is the better design out of like
I
all the
just do not
original.
care. Yeah, I'd agree. Everyone is too like
Yeah, too plain.
plain human. Plain ass human.
Okay, speaking of how you would just be some guy like VTuber, is what's your opinion on current state of VTubing? Are there certain things you think would better benefit the community if it was widely accepted?
Hmm. Current state of VTubing? I think it's interesting, right? We started off with uh He's an
Very idle.
I, short style videos, and then we did idle stuff, and then it got picked up by more like common streamer folk, and now it's like what do you call it? Just like a medium through to stream through, right?
Yeah.
I think it's
Because
interesting
like
because there's such a
just like
wide
last
array.
year, you couldn't talk about or even like hint towards someone's like PL or new life. Like that was very very
Mm,
taboo. Like you would be like rocks thrown at your head, right? You had to do
yeah,
it in
fake
hush.
fan. Fuck you.
And
Yeah.
now people are just like, yeah, no, they're over here now. Go look at them.
I think that's one of the biggest recent shifts. And it's because like the corpos that popped up during the boom are kind of dying off because they couldn't maintain their shit, right?
Yeah, and they were also
So,
fucking over talent, so people are like, fuck the
but
corpo.
they have fans and the fans want to follow them. So, it's more socially acceptable to reincarnate, refind your whatever. Even big corpos like Hollow are having talents graduate,
Yeah,
right? And then people follow their PL, you know. I do think it's interesting because there's more. It's been so long that you see like more and more rebrands of being a common thing because people get tired of being the same thing for like 3, 4, 5 years, right?
yeah.
Are there certain things you think would benefit the community if it was more widely accepted? I mean, I've always been a proponent of this, but I feel like there's that dual responsibility of chat and the streamer to making the streamer experience happen, right?
Yeah.
I feel like it's more common to think that the streamer dictates everything, it's all them. They determine the flow, they determine the vibe, and it's true to an extent. But I feel like the chatters, who you have as regulars, how they talk to you, how they interact with each other, what they do outside of streams, also make a big impact. And I feel like you can be a little shitter and shit up the place. I don't know if we should keep that, but I don't know because it's kind of negative. Yeah, fuck it, we'll keep it. It's negative.
It's fine. It's not that negative.
I don't know. I feel like there's also a responsibility of the chatter to be responsible, you know?
Yeah.
Like the streamer's expected to portray a certain fantasy. That's the best word I could think of. Like illusion, experience, right?
A
Like
character, kayfade.
no, more general, like experience, like the stream as an experience, as a something to consume. Except
Oh
not
yeah.
as passive as consume, right? You're interacting with them. And because of that interaction and that live, especially because it's so stream heavy now, um, the comments people leave an impact on these people. The chats that you said, leave an impact. And I feel
Yeah.
like with like the immaturity of some fans, well, some participants, I should say, some tourists, it's
Yeah.
like, the fuck are you doing here? What are you talking about? Why you gotta say that when you're being retarded? Can I say that? Can I say
Yeah.
retarded?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
fine.
But I mean,
Well,
it's like, shut the fuck up.
it's because it's not just the streamer that's part of the content, it's also the chat, right? It's mostly the streamer,
hmm
but chat is also part of the experience for other people too, right? So you
I
have to be
mean,
mindful of that. Everyone is part of the performance in a way.
even in like a big stream, like let's say Hollow, right?
Yeah.
Like the the biggest of the fucking possibilities here. Or like on Twitch. Hollow's mostly on YouTube, let's say a big Twitch VTuber streamer. The
Yeah.
emote spam, the questions, the reactions, the whatever, it all influences the vibe of the stream.
Hmm.
And I just wish people would realize they have that impact and be a little more considerate. That's all.
Yeah,
Just be
it's
like,
good.
okay.
Most people don't think about that. They mostly think everything again is on the streamer.
Or
But they
they
also have an impact.
or they don't care. They just don't care of their
Like care enough to
contribution.
engage and leave a mark, but not enough to, think, hey, maybe what I'm doing is
Smear shit
stupid.
on the wall.
Yeah.
Be a little retard.
Or maybe that's what they want to do.
Maybe
You're
that's
like,
what they
lull
want
them
to
out.
do. Then you have to filter, you know?
Yeah.
You have
Anything else
rules, you
about like
have
current state of
mods.
VTubing? Like,
Uh, I'm excited to see what people do, especially with like improvements in 3D tracking. Like you see what's her name? Doobie,
Yubi,
right?
Yubi 3D, literally in her
Yeah.
name.
Yeah. Like just the setup she has, kind of interesting.
She actually has real
Um
monkey bars in the setup so she can swing on them.
Even if you don't have monkey bars, like just being able to express yourself in 3D easily,
Yeah.
affordably, right? That's neat. I
It's
also want to
not
see less
affordable
game
yet.
stuff. Maybe I just don't look for it, right? So I don't see it.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of tubing now, like the bread and butter, is just stream game, chat as cute anime girl, you know. I wonder if there's something more interesting, more substantial that could be
That's
done.
what streaming is. It's either you're in the just chatting category, reacting or chatting, or you're playing a game. Or you're
I
doing like a
guess.
crazy special event type of thing.
I do like the lecture type stuff a lot, right? I've only done a
Yeah.
few myself, or like the creative stuff, right? Like making music, drawing art, but with like chat input
Yeah.
rather than like, let's say, an artist working on a commission, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's
Like,
more potential for that, um, the intertwining of the viewers and the main person, the streamer, and the activity, right? I think some
yeah.
of my best streams are like the writing ones where I have input from the people chatting or watching and they say, "Oh, this," and I think, "Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's funny. Let's try to throw that in there." And it's woven into the project or the, I don't know, activity. Those
Yeah, it's just getting more input, stuff you wouldn't think of, and then chat
are
comes up with
hard
it.
though. They're really
Yes.
hard to do. And there's only
And
like
sometimes they're not all
so many
good,
novel
right?
ones. Yeah.
They either
Yeah, I
work
don't
or it
know.
don't. And that's the gamble.
Maybe it's because I game a lot myself that I don't really care for like gaming streams and I prefer like chatting stuff, listening to stuff. But
Uh, I think
I don't know.
statistically, like chatting streams always do better because it's less order to entry. Because someone's doing a game, it's like, oh,
Yeah,
well,
you
maybe
got
I
to
don't
know a
like
little
this
bit about a
game.
game, you got to be interested
Or,
in the
oh, this is
game.
the second stream,
Exactly.
I didn't catch the first one, so I don't know what would be happening.
Yeah. I feel like, oh, current state of VTubing too. You know how we have there's a lot of we have. You know how there's a lot of pop-ups of like small organizations that are like, "Hey, download our streaming app." And you
Oh,
could pair social right there, right? Like only on our app though, exclusive to our app.
yeah,
You
that's
know what
like
I
the new
mean?
fun thing popping up.
I feel like if you combine that with like TikTok style streaming, where it's like, you scroll mobile or whatever,
Yeah.
uh that's that's probably gonna be like the next era. Like, oh, you just open up your phone, you pair social with like your favorite anime
You could already
woman.
do that on YouTube or Twitch. Why does there need to be a separate app?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like if YouTube focused more on like,
They
mobile
already have
style
short
streaming.
streams. They did push
Yeah,
that for a bit.
exactly. I mean, like Uruka seems to be popping off because she does like violin playing. She's been doing
Yeah.
them very frequently nowadays, I feel like. At least from what I see. Um, Play
Uh,
violin while you're doom scrolling and you stop and you're like, ooh, anime girl, kind of cute, and she's playing a song I know. Let's stick around a bit and maybe, oh, hey, there's a chat box. Let me try typing, right?
I wonder how, like, if they stick around long term or if it's just they, like, scroll, they watch for a bit. might like or subscribe and they continue scrolling and then they only ever see you again if you're doing that again.
Maybe. Oh, I think another thing is like how you monetize, right? And if you
Oh yeah.
can. Because let's say the average viewer is on their phone and their average viewer is like a high school kid, right? It's like, do
Yeah.
they have money to send you to support you?
Are they
Probably
gonna give
not.
that $4 member whatever subscription?
They will not afford that. They'll try to be free, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
That's why you just pray for ads, ad money.
ad money is not substantial enough. Or
Well, you have a
sponsorships,
billion kids, then you'll have at least $100 in ad revenue.
I guess. Well, I mean, you could also have like sponsorships and target those kids.
Yeah.
But will the sponsors recognize the weight these people have? Maybe, I don't know.
But I mean, how people used to monetize was it was literally just ads, and then maybe later on they got like Patreon, which was like the membership stuff before it had YouTube had memberships, right? And
Hmm.
that's how people made a living off of YouTube like 10 years ago, was you just get
Hmm.
ads and then your
Hmm.
couple of diehard fans would give you money through Patreon.
What if B2B becomes more just chatting social activity? Do you
I
know
feel
what
like
I
it
say? You know
has.
what I mean? Like instead of having a set time and a set time frame and you play a game and then maybe you chat about it, it'll be more focused on the chatting and more like freeform and loose. Like you're not expected to stay the whole 3 hours. You just kind of pop in, say hello, say a few words, leave, right? On a
I
smaller
feel like
scale,
that's
smaller, wider scale,
I feel like that's a lot of just chatting streams though already.
I guess.
Most of them aren't long. They're usually like 2 hours, right?
Yeah,
So I feel like that's already like the bread and butter.
maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to see like what the future could hold, where it would lean toward, what we're rolling into.
Okay. Okay.
Mm,
Next question, unless you want to say anything
oh,
else.
another thing that I think would benefit the community, just supporting your Oshi, supporting the people you watch, whether it be monetarily or making creative stuff yourself, right? I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of people are like maybe shy. Maybe your art is shit, right? Maybe you're a shit artist. It's like whatever, just draw something. Express, take the time to express, that you enjoy watching this person.
I think they also feel
You
like
know,
they won't be
use it as
appreciated,
their
right? Like they'll make something and then the
maybe.
person will just be like, "Oh yeah, that's okay." Right?
And that's fine too. Just being able to express yourself. And if you want to be an artist, you could use that to get better. If you don't want to be an artist, you could just be like, yeah, I'll just do a quick sketch. That's pretty cool.
They're just for fun. You don't have to always
Yeah,
be
fuck it.
improving, getting better. You could just do it to do it.
Sharing it is nice. It's nice. A creator who can't appreciate that is like fucked up, I feel like.
Mm,
Right?
I feel like at that point, it's just they get so much stuff, they get drowned
I
in
think
it,
they're
so they
just
can't
jaded.
properly like give everyone like their time.
Well, let's say you're small and you get like a scribble and you're like, fuck you. Fuck that scribble. That's fucked up, right?
I don't think anyone besides like if they're known for being a jackass.
Yeah, I guess. But I mean, like a small author, and then you're like a kid and you write a little letter to your favorite author, and you're like, I like your books. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I mean, I'm sure there's some authors out there who are like, look at this little retard, look at this little child,
I
and
don't
laugh at you. But
I think most of them will be like, "Oh, that's so nice. They sent me something." Like I've heard a million
yeah, I
stories about
guess.
like someone sent like as a small child a letter to an author or something and they actually got a little letter back or something, or they
I
somehow
did,
found
yeah.
out like 10 years later that they kept the thing and like they went to a book signing and they're like, "Oh yeah, I remember you. You sent me a letter."
Oh, I don't know about the book signing thing, but I did send a letter to one of my favorite authors growing up. And then like years later, they wrote back and they're like, "Thank you for your fan letter. I appreciate it." I was like, oh,
Yeah.
wow.
People usually enjoy comments or like anything. People like
Feedback,
to be
responses,
pat on the back for their hard
reactions.
work.
People love reactions, man. The streamer loves reactions themselves too.
Yeah, I
Reactions to
mean,
whatever they're doing. Yeah.
well, that's why
Just
chat's
being
there.
okay to express that, right?
Yeah.
Like just one small comment is nice.
I guess like viewers are like they think, oh, I like chat, and that's my thing, right?
Hmm.
And they're like, okay, that's good, that's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah, that is fine. But I'm
Doing
wondering if
more
people
is like
forget
great too, though.
that they can leave a comment afterwards. They can, I don't know, literally anything.
I guess being more of an active, thoughtful participant, right?
Yeah,
I mean, like when I watch streams, I usually just like passively consume them. When I watch videos, I just passively consume them. But leaving a comment, leaving a review, like just saying one line in chat to show the streamer that hey, I have a human viewer and not a bot,
yeah.
right? Is because I feel like there's that hesitation. I have that hesitation.
But yeah, all the silent
Adding
eyes, and you're
input
like,
when
are
there's
these even real
always,
people?
yeah. I feel like I feel that hesitation when I'm like, watching something like live, right? It's like, oh, will my
Yeah,
chat matter? Will they care? Will they notice? Would it be interesting enough? Right? But I just put some thought into it, leave something behind, and it's okay.
it's okay. I mean, I don't think anyone would ever have a negative reaction unless you're purposely being negative, right?
Yeah.
You're just being like, oh, hello, I like this, right? They're not gonna be
Yeah.
like, how dare you? How dare you?
I mean, there's like positive, negative, and like neutral, right? And I
Yeah,
just
most
want
people
to,
say neutral, positive, and then they'll be like, oh yeah, thumbs up, positive back, right?
yeah, I guess. Oh, fuck. But I mean, like, leaning more toward active, positive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to be like super positive, just like, yeah, it's
I don't mean positive as in like, oh wow, have a great day. I love you, blah 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 blah. I mean
well,
just
that's what some
like,
people think positive is.
thoughtful, active participation. But I'm biased. I like
We're
my
all
chat.
biased. Ready for the next question?
Yeah.
What were the following events that led you up to becoming a VTuber?
Again, flavor. I mean, even before flavor, because under watching Pippa and under her influence, I started to try to be more creative myself. I was like, you know what? Let me make a clip. Let me make a short meme. Let me do some fan art. Let me participate. Because around the time when I was watching, she would have a lot of like viewer participation stuff too. You know,
Yeah,
like have a lot of streams with like, oh hey, if you're part of the community and you do this, this, and this, she'll feature you or whatever, or she'll retweet
encouragement,
you, whatever.
mutual
Yeah,
encouragement to do stuff,
yeah.
or mutual.
Um. So yeah, that pretty much, and really, it's just like the build up to that, and then the threshold of like, oh my god, this character that my Oshi made, it'd be fucking cool if someone brought them to life. Hey, you know what? I know some medical stuff. Let me dibs on the green lolly. You know,
Try. Let me make the account. Let me
let me try it.
download
Yeah,
OBS.
a lot of people had the same idea, but they didn't follow through, or they weren't able to follow through well. You
Yeah,
know,
or
it's
they
like,
got
oh,
intimidated by like the eyes, right? There was like they
maybe
got
it's
stage
scary
fright.
being a streamer. Yeah, it's scary. It really is. Like being the center of attention, being scrutinized, being
Yeah, especially if you never really did it
observed and
before. You're like,
perceived.
uh oh.
Yeah. Again, I had experience before. Just some small experience streaming. What else? I had experience streaming too, so I wasn't like completely unfamiliar with OBS or streamer culture, you know, or what to expect and how to carry myself. Yeah.
Uh, I just watched a shit ton of streamers and like VTubers, so I kind of knew. But
Mm-hmm.
it's always different from everything you imagine, right? Once you're behind the wheel.
Oh yeah, the context. It really is just that fucking flavor stream for me watching it live. Seeing all the fanfare, doing that fucking Among Us stream as a fun post, right?
Mm-hmm.
Following through with like I always intended to do a proper stream, but I was like, let me do this Among Us thing first. I
I
thought
think
to
the Among
myself,
Us
it'd be
thing
cool
was
if there was a
funny.
proper debut stream, right?
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, what's fast and quick and would be funny? Let's pretend that we're all like a bunch of us took the accounts and we're collabing and we're playing Among Us, but I'm just by myself, right? And I don't talk. I thought that'd be funny, you know.
It was
So I
funny.
did it. I just followed through. I wonder
Aw.
if Pippa didn't show up and the reception wasn't as fun as it was doing that Among Us stream, if I would have continued.
I think you would have
Probably
done one
not.
more stream, right? Because you're like,
Maybe. I was committed from the start. I was like, damn, I want to make this real. I'm gonna set it up. I'm gonna work on it. You know, because I like for that even that Among Us stream, I made a intro page, an outro page, or scene in OBS. You know, I knew how to
yeah.
capture game footage. I had leftover music that I commissioned from my friend from my old streams that I used for the intro and outro music that I still use now. Um,
It was
Actually,
later.
yeah, my previous history of streaming, I commissioned music from a friend and I still use them. I still use it as my intro and outro music. I should update that probably.
Give him more money and be like, make me a new one. Make it
I
better.
could, yeah. Yeah, I could. He's busy nowadays though. He's a full-time musician now.
Yeah,
Homie
but
made it. Homie's making it.
you were the original homie that supported him. Of course he's gonna be like, yeah, man, I'll make it for you. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd make time or would take up the commission as a small side project. Little jingle.
Little jiggle jamble.
I think it's just the explosiveness of that. That's a creative idea, right? Hey, let's
Yeah.
use AI and like conceptualize a VTuber generation, you know,
I
and
feel
to
like
have
even if the
your
reception was like a fourth of what it was, I think that still would have gassed you up enough to at least do another one.
oh yeah. I mean, watching Pippa, I don't look at her chat. I was very passive as a viewer. I would not
Yeah.
chat until the very end of the stream when she would do name reading, and then I'd be like, yeah, let me leave a mark.
Okay. Next question. How do you manage
Hmm.
your work streaming balance? What do you do when there are periods where you feel burnt out by streaming and need to step away to recharge? Lastly, how do you motivate yourself to stream and how do you make yourself appear lively and not strain whatever constantly throughout the stream?
Disinterested. There's like four questions in this, so I'll address them one at a time. How do I manage my work stream balance? Bro, I treat streaming as like my main hobby. My main hobby, like I would study, I would work, and then you know what I do? I play video games and chat with friends. Uh, on IRC, on Discord, on fucking what was before Discord?
Skype.
Skype. I never use Skype much. TeamSpeak. I never use TeamSpeak much. What's the IRC and oh yeah, Steam group chat. I'd use Steam group chat.
I forget Steam has
Um,
communications. I forget that besides just
yeah,
messages.
I used to be active in a particular group chat, but I'm not trying to balance it. right? Like very actively, like, oh, work-life balance, right? This is more like obligations and like fun shit I do on the side. And of course, like I do minimum of my obligations and I try to maximize the fun shit, right? Because I enjoy
Yes.
streaming, I enjoy gaming, I enjoy chatting, you know. So it's not that hard, but I do wish I had more time to, just do stuff in general. More time and energy. Um,
I feel
but
like it's always
yeah,
just
I stream
energy.
when I wanna, and I'm very whimsical on that. And I work when I need to work, right?
Yeah.
So that's as far as I mean any semblance of balance. What do you do when there are periods where you don't feel burnt when you feel burnt out? I work
I
on
mean,
something else because I feel like the channel that I've worked on, right? It's
yeah.
not just game streams. I try to do creative stuff. I try to work on clips. I try to make videos. I try to make shorts sometimes. I shit post on Twitter. um, but when I'm burnt out by streaming, and even burnt out by like creative stuff or video stuff, I work on clips. I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of doing shit for me. Let me try like clipping Sleepy or something. Let me
I do
watch
that with
actually
art.
watch a stream and clip.
I'll stream and
Huh?
then I'll do art. If I get burnt out on streaming, I'll do art. And I'm burnt out on art, I stream.
Yeah, same, kind of same. Um, or I
Yeah, I
just
guess.
don't I just don't stream.
Yeah,
I
just
mean, technically
game.
I'm still on break, right? That's what I tell myself, but I
You
just
haven't
stream less.
changed.
I
You
just
haven't
stream
changed.
less. I stream way less than I would be
Say that, but
instead
it's
of
like
going
one
hard,
less
but
stream a week compared to before.
more like two or three less streams. I'd be streaming like every fucking day before, like between shifts.
Yes.
Uh yeah, man. Like one or two Twitch streams and like two or three YouTube streams. But yeah. Lately, how do you motivate yourself to stream? Um, it's easy if I want to. And I want to if I'm bored and lonely. Those are the two big things. If I'm bored and I'm lonely, I go live. Because a lot of my
Yeah.
friends, they work 9 to 5s, right? On the weekdays. And they're just not around. So if I stream in the afternoon, I have something to do and people to talk to. And again, late at night, I work night shift, right? I'm full-time night shift. And I usually keep my same sleep schedule even on my days off, just so I don't have a hard time adjusting. So I'm up from like, midnight until like 9 a.m. What am I gonna do? No one's around again. So it's not too hard to motivate myself if it's something I want to do and I want to ease that boredom and loneliness. How to make yourself
Like,
appear lively and not disinterested consistently. Do I seem that way?
no, they're saying, like, how do you appear not, like, you don't seem that way. And they're
Yeah,
wondering
how
how
do
they could
I
be like you.
Oh, I don't know if they I don't know if they what's the word I'm looking for? Essentially want to be like me, but it's something that I try to do in a lot of aspects of my life, and that's to show genuine interest. Like, genuinely get excited, genuinely um, show interest in what people are saying, what I'm doing, and I get into it. I
Yeah.
trick myself into getting into it, and I start to get into it actually. Um, I do stream when I'm disinterested, though. That's one thing about me. Like I know there's like quality to think of, but because I do it as a hobby and not as a brand, not as a job, I could afford to stream when I feel like shit, right? And I feel like
Yeah.
that's important too to show my humanity, right? I'm not always upbeat, I'm not always like engaged. I have those more bored moments, more weak moments, more boring moments. I just said that twice. Uh,
How boring
More
it is.
detached moments. I'm just boring. I'm a boring guy. Um, but yeah, I just try to get into things, and I feel like it's an effective energy. If you're watching someone who's like genuinely into something, even if I don't give a shit about it, it's like, oh, okay, right?
Yeah.
You kind of get into it too, like fucking Bionicles or any sort of video essay. It's like, I didn't really
Yes,
care
when you're
about this
streaming,
movie, but this video essay
watching
about this movie
someone,
is pretty cool.
how do you get yourself to like be into something? It's just you in chat looking at
What
a
do you
thing,
mean?
right?
What do you mean?
Like you're saying like if you watch someone else, you and if they're really into it, you can pick up those vibes and you can like
Yeah,
repeat that. But on stream, it's just you.
you're louder.
It's just you. Am I louder?
Yeah, yeah.
Shit, I moved.
um, I don't know. I just enjoy it. I feel like people have affinities towards stuff, right?
Yeah,
They have an affinity for, I don't know,
gaming.
gaming, an affinity for eating chicken, an affinity for, I don't want to say feet,
But why are you bringing up the feet?
hands. I mean, just like a preference, right? And there's a lot of reasons for those preferences, whatever. But I don't know. What was I gonna say? Like, I feel like a good when I have a good stream, it's when I'm like having that back and forth conversation with whoever's in my chat, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, what was that? What were we talking about? Someone told me to Google something weird, like prison, plastic, Taco Bell, something. I think I
What?
got like two or three chats confused, and I was like, what are you guys talking about? And I Google like a weird thing, and then I'm talking about malls, and I'm looking at malls, and I'm like, damn, this mall looks cool, right? And I get
Oh, I
into it. I
remember
get
that.
into the thing I'm talking about, and I get into the whatever people are saying because they're funny sometimes.
Hmm. I guess how would you do that if you didn't have as active of a chat, right? Like let's say it's you
Oh,
and like two other people in chat.
I try to do that sometimes. A lot of the times, like, I don't have a lot of chat, especially if I stream at off hours. I don't. I don't have any other advice except for like just be genuinely interested in something.
Or try to
No
find
matter how
something to be interested
find
in.
something to be interested in, fill in the gaps in your knowledge, look for that interesting element. Don't assume
Be
anything.
open-minded.
Yeah. Because if you assume, oh, it's going to be boring or oh, it's just going to be this or I think it's going to be this, you have expectations, whatever, right? You're just gonna, you're going to be bored. You're going to be upset. You're going to be let down. But if you just let things happen, right? I feel like that's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
way to
yeah.
go. Like even if I was just with like when I met with Lude, right? We just
Mhm.
off collabed. You know what we did? We just fucked around. We went to the gun range, we went to go eat nice food, and then we would just hang around and just like I don't know, parallel play. It's kind of funny because we're like little kids. Parallel
Parallel
play and
play.
just like yeah, like he's playing Mahjong on his phone and I'm on my computer playing Tekken and we're just like, "Oh, what you up to?" You know?
Oh yeah,
And
you
it's
just
like, "Oh yeah,
chat.
this is fun."
It's
Yeah,
like
you
it's like
just
a Discord call but in
go
real
with the
life.
flow. Yeah, just go with the flow, man. Enjoy it. It's hard to say if you don't have the propensity to enjoy things or go with the flow. If you're like pessimistic or
Yeah, you just gotta live and
whatever.
let live.
Let go. Just let go. Ride the wave, I
Yeah,
guess.
streaming you have to let it happen, right? You just have to let it happen.
I think for a good stream, you want that enthusiasm, you know?
Yeah.
Even if there's only one person in chat, you want to have a fun time, interact with them. If not with just the activity, then at least with the people you're with, right?
Yeah.
Be present. Yeah. Don't think of other stuff. Don't be like, oh my god, my number is this. Oh, money
Well, there's only
this.
one
Obligation
chatter.
that. Yeah, I don't know.
I guess it's just you have to flip your mindset, right? Like you're going in the stream sad, like oh no one's gonna show up, oh I'm not even like into this game, blah blah blah, and then it's gonna like instantly be flat, sad, depressing, right?
Yeah.
You have to be like, oh boy, I can't wait to stream. I'm gonna do this like fun thing. We're gonna do something stupid today, right? You gotta come in with the right mindset.
I think Pippa mentioned that for her stream, she likes to have a plan and a goal. I think she mentioned that. Where it's like,
Maybe.
okay, I'm gonna play this, but I'm going to have this sort of narrative, you know? I'm gonna play buckshot roulette, but I'm going to only aim at one person or some shit like that, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Have a goal, have a narrative, even if you're just playing a game. Like I'm gonna reach this level. I'm gonna go for this long. I'm gonna try to have this emotion happen.
You want to move on to the next question, or are you still?
I think I answered it adequately.
If you could have done anything different with FlaVR, would you, and what would it have been?
I would have streamed first. I was sick. Right after Pippa stream, I think it was Thanksgiving, and I had like a fever for a week.
Do you
Cinnabonbon
count
beat
your
me
Among
for
Us? I
like
know you didn't
actual
talk in the
stream.
Among Us one. Technically, that one was first, but you didn't like
Yeah, but I
talk.
got sick after. It wasn't a proper stream. It was more like a fun post, whatever, right? And then
Yeah,
Cinnabonbon, she did an actual stream, you
she
know.
did Minecraft, the scuffed Minecraft.
Yeah, it was good. It was Zatsu and like her building stuff and talking about building stuff and playing Minecraft with her siblings. It was good. That was a real stream, right?
I don't
I didn't
know.
really have any of that interactivity or whatever.
I think you're discrediting your dumb Among Us stream.
Maybe. But I wanted to do like a proper thing, like high effort,
Yeah,
right? Preparing that lecture stream, I did a practice run and it was like an hour and a half. Like I wrote up the script, I made the slides. I think it was Donut. He was hanging out in the VC. You know, in the early days, we just like invite, oh, you're doing this, let's invite you to a Discord server
yeah.
without vouching or whatever, right? It didn't matter back then. And then I wanted to have something quality, but I was sick. I was legit like sweating and pissing and shitting myself. Um, I think my family had to go somewhere, so I was home alone and I was sick.
Wasn't it Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I forget. I don't think I wanted to travel and they traveled or something.
Yeah, because you're sick
Yeah, I
and
think that's what it
dying.
was. Either that or I was like depression neat mode.
Probably
But
both.
yeah, I wasn't able to get that stream out as fast as I wanted to. So that's something different.
Anything
Hmm.
else like would have pushed for more collabs or tried to do something
I
different?
did what I wanted to. I did the collabs I wanted to do or plan to do. Maybe do something with Marie. That's one thing I never did. She was a regular streamer, she came on later. We were never on stream at the same time, unless it was like by coincidence.
Yeah.
Reason being is that she really didn't want she wanted to upkeep a certain image and she's
Well,
like
doesn't
no
she
males
not
on
do anything
stream.
with males, so it wouldn't have been
Yeah.
difficult?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Maybe push for that or just ask, "Hey, do you want to show up on mine?"
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know. Or maybe keep in contact with people, the people I actually like. I still could, right? I still could reach out to them, but I don't know. It's been too long.
What do you mean? The
It's not a
anniversary
regular
is the
thing
perfect time to
anymore.
reach back out to them and be like, oh yeah,
Oh, guys, you want to show up to my anniversary stream? You want to
you wanna
call
show
in?
up?
I don't know. That feels so self-centered, and I
You
don't know if
don't
I
have
have
to
the
do it for a
confidence for
colon or
that.
whatever, but be like, oh man, it's been 2 years since the whole thing, huh? That's like an opening.
I guess. Yeah, you're right.
It's like
Um,
the starting conversation.
but that's the future.
Future of what?
I did what I wanted to. I'm not the type of person to have a lot of like regrets and be like, "Oh my god, I wish I did this, this, and this," and hyperfixate on that. I used to. I
Yeah.
used to be that kind of person, but I've changed past that. Now it's like, okay, whatever. If I miss it, I miss it. If I didn't do it, I didn't do it. That's okay. What would it
Mm,
have been though? Maybe I would have been even more aggressive with the collabs. I mean, all these things I still could do, but I choose not to. What would I've done? What else within flavor? I don't know. It's just a tag I carry now that I happen to be a part of. I don't really see myself as like any de facto character, any sort of leadership, right?
you're clearly the
I'm
leader.
not that type of.
Clearly.
No, I'm not. Shut the fuck up. I hate that. I don't want to be a leader.
There is no leader of flavor
Not
because
in
there's no one
this.
piloting the ship. It's just like a fucking raft in the middle of the ocean.
I want to be one of the beams on that raft though, so that's why I go like that's why I try to push hard. At least for like trying to get stuff out, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's no leader because
Stream,
there's
game,
no
whatever.
like
Yeah, we just drifting.
organization.
That's fine.
There's
Just a
nothing.
tag. Just a concept.
It's literally just like pieces of like driftwood attached together, just going about its way.
We don't
And
even
sometimes
need,
some of those woods like break off and they drift somewhere else.
we don't even have to be attached together. We just be in parallel.
Yeah, we're
That's
just
fine too.
parallel wood and the fucking river going downstream.
I'm just me. I don't really think of flavor as like a concept or a tag much anymore.
Yeah.
Like I'm not
You
trying to
don't want
like
unity?
promote the concept. No, I don't. That would take more active and intentional behavior on my part, at least from my side, right?
Yeah,
Like,
well,
oh, I
take.
gotta collab with everyone. I gotta do this, this, and that. I gotta include everyone. I gotta promote these people, you know? And I
I
don't.
feel
I
like if
stay in
there's
my
unity, that
small
means there would have to
bubble.
be like hard defined rules, right? You can't
Yeah.
just have fucking anyone, because then you can't be unified.
If
Because you have
you're
that one person smearing shit on the wall. No one wants to be associated with that guy. But you're like, oh,
eh,
unity, unity. So that's why you would need like rules and lines and shit like that. But
if you
that's
want
not.
unity, you need a connecting factor. And the
Yeah.
only connecting factor is weak. It's just a tag. It's just a name. It's 5 letters, you know. You don't even have to watch Pippa. You don't even need to know who Pippa is. Right? You don't even have to watch the original stream. There's no reps that you need to do. There's no vouching. I used to hate that, but now I don't care. I'm just doing my own thing. Even within this bubble, I have my own bubble.
Bubble within a bubble. Double protection.
Double isolation. I'm gowned
Uh,
up. I got my isolation gown. I got my N95.
I mean, that's just what being in India is. You're just your own little fucking bubble inside a bigger bubble.
You could try to like have those walls down and be very open and reach out and all that stuff, right? Then you can't
Yeah,
really say you're in a bubble.
but you're still like in a bubble. You're just in a bigger bubble.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, like
Yeah, that's
there's
true.
like your stream, your channel is like a tiny little bubble, right?
It's an
And if
island.
you little like fucking rock in the ocean, and then if you connect to other people, that makes like a little like island, right? But that's
Mm-hmm.
not like the fucking continent known as like all VTubing, right? You're
Those
like
are
a little
really
tiny
big.
little fucking town of 5 people compared to the billion people that live on VTuber fucking USA.
VTuber USA.
Okay. Next question. Who is your favorite VTuber that you don't actually watch?
I like this. I like this. The first answer is obviously Pippa, right? I don't watch anyone anymore. I fucking love her though. I love what she does. I love who she is. I love how she carries herself and how she continues, a lot
Yeah.
of aspects. I don't watch Sleepy and I like Sleepy. But the not obvious answer, Cleo Aite. You know who she is?
Kind of.
The
Explain
history
everyone.
she's like a history
Oh yeah,
professor
that
or
one.
ex-history
Yeah.
professor, became full-time streamer. And she's done some history lecture stuff. And I think that's just so fascinating, right? She has like a hyper specific niche interest, history, and maybe VTubing, right?
Yeah.
And then she's made it her own career. I like those types. And like she has like specific streams that only she could do, you know? History lecture streams? Damn, okay. Or other similar types of people. Like
Like
Senna
who?
Bonbon. I never watched much of her, right? But a lot of her earlier streams would be very much focused on the like
Oh, her deep dives or
her
whatever?
work as a not just deep dives, but her work as like in construction or whatever, right? Like, oh, tool brands. Like I could not fucking name those, you know? I don't know one tool brand from the other. I don't know their reps. There's like John Deere, and that's like I
I
can't
don't know
even name
either.
any, you know? That's why it's
You go to the
cool.
store, you get a fucking you just get whatever.
Again, like interest or history or fixations, and they work it into their streams as a VTuber or their concept. There's also like the nurses. There's that one in Niji JP who's
Yeah.
like actually in med school. I don't know if she graduated yet or not. I love her design. It's like the white and pink. Um,
She's kind of
there's
more
that
the
other
Halloween
nurse.
sex nurse though.
Yeah, but it's like Menhera style. I like that shit. There's that the other nurse VTuber who took after like Florence Nightingale. I never really associated with her. I don't know if she'd ever associate with me.
What do you mean by
Uh,
that?
because I'm AI and I'm a male
Oh,
and I'm like in a certain sphere, right?
yeah.
Like not related to Pippa, but slightly Pippa related. I can't even say adjacent, right?
Wait, that's another thing. People can't wrap their head around why some people would remove the like flavor tag because some people are like, "Oh, I can't associate you with you because you're like slightly tied to AI even though you have no AI like shit anymore."
It's not just the AI, it's the group, right? People are
Yeah.
underestimating. You're like, okay, what's flavor? You seen this fucking green faggot, right? Running around in the forest naked. Okay, I was in my boxers and a lab coat. Or doing
Oh, you're
stupid
ruining
shit.
it.
Do you really want to associate yourself with that? Maybe
Well, I
not.
mean,
Maybe not, right?
I guess it's me not being about other people where I don't do death by association. But I know other people do that constantly, right?
No, even as
People
like
love
if you're
doing
trying to
that.
grow by yourself, right?
Oh yeah.
If you're trying to grow by yourself, like, and be your own person, be your own thing, be your own brand. You can't have some willy-nilly brand attached to you,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, if you want to be like say so, stuff like that, and you're attached to Flavor, and Flavor has like two crazy unsay so people, then that branding then gets applied to you, and there might be crossover between the fans, and they might bring the unsay so craziness to you and expect you to be okay with that.
And it's like, are these people related to what you're trying to do? If
Yeah.
you're trying to mostly do solo streams, you're trying to be your own thing, right? It's just gonna hold you back. It's like I was trying to think of an example. I was like, what if you're a Formula One racer, okay? And then you
Yeah.
get sponsored by Heinz ketchup, right? And you
Yeah.
slap that shit all over your car, all over your safety jumpsuit, all over your helmet. you know? And you're like, I love Heinz ketchup. Or not even. You don't even have to say that. You're just like Heinz branded, right?
Yeah.
And
Wasn't
let's
that just
say some
NASCAR?
people hate the ketchup. And it's like it's unrelated to NASCAR. It's unrelated to my racing, but they won't pay attention to me, won't like me, won't give me the time of day, whatever, because I'm associated with ketchup, with Heinz. You know? It's like,
Yeah.
is it really related? Well, if it's a sponsor, it's something else. I don't know. Maybe this is a bad example.
Uh,
Heinz
it's just
ketchup,
like,
Formula One racing.
yeah, like people look at flavors, see people associated with it, and then making a judgment about you, right? Because
It
they
could be
see it
about
as,
AI. It could be about the other people in it. It could be about Pippa. It doesn't matter, right?
yeah,
If you're trying to do your own thing and grow and like make this your fucking job, make this your livelihood, you can't stay confined in this bubble defined by, flavor or whatever.
yeah, everything
And
attached
I
to flavor that
understand
people
people
might
taking off.
associate with.
I used to hate the associations, right? Especially when we all took it off at one point. I hated it too. I removed it. And then I had my some fan arc. And then eventually I got to thinking, you know what? Fuck these people. You want to be associated with flavor? I'll make you associated with me. You're not trapped here with, or I'm not trapped here with you. You're trapped in here with me.
I mean,
That's
is
the
that still
mindset I
true even if you
adopted.
like isolate yourself?
Yeah, because I still rock the tag.
Yeah, I guess. Then again,
And
the
it's that
flavor brand is a
simple.
very weak brand now. 2 years past its expiration date. It's
You still have like core fans, core whatever.
but it's like very tiny. I feel like
That's
the
fine.
flavor fans is like a very tiny core, and then everyone else like adds their own onto it.
As like own specific person, I guess. I
Yeah,
don't know.
because it's not like an actual corpo or something where it has
Hmm.
like advertising and stuff like that where people know like Phase Connect, right? It's not
Hmm.
like a big meaty core like Phase Connect. It's just like a little flavor, a little like piece of gum,
Bacon.
little bacon piece compared to
Yum.
like a nice meaty meatball like Phase Connects, right?
Yeah. One of my goals is to be Oshiable. And a subset of that goal is like I want to have viewers that are here for me only. You know?
Yeah, I
You
feel
know what I
like
mean?
that's a lot of them that watch you and comment your
No.
chat.
I feel like a lot of them are from like other people, your chat, Seki's chat,
Well, it's because
Seki
they,
Gamma,
well, it's because we like
uh
mingle.
Pippa's. Yeah, everyone mingles. But I mean like a viewer
What?
or viewers who are like, wait a minute, who's this green fucker? He yelled something about plap 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 get pregnant. ASMR short? Let me check out his. Oh shit, he does this and this. Okay, oh he streams. Let me check him out.
I think you have some of those. They're probably
I
just not like
do,
super
but I can't
active.
tell who they are. I want to find out. I want to have that. People hear from
Fine.
me, not from Flavor, not from Pippa, not from whatever, but like hear
Oh,
from
you've
me.
had
I guess
newer
that's
chat
everyone who
members.
shows up in chat.
Yeah.
I guess that's everyone who watches stuff. I don't know, man. I'm selfish.
I think you just think everyone comes from Pippa when you know that's not true because some people have said they don't watch Pippa and they watch you.
Hmm.
And you
Maybe.
keep forgetting that and you're like, well, because I started this way, that means that everyone is clearly exactly like from the start.
Maybe. I still feel like a grifter.
How are you grifting? Where's the grift? Where's the grift power? Where is it?
I mean, just because the power is weak doesn't mean it's not there. Doesn't mean
It's
the
like
momentum didn't
it's one
start from
ant.
it.
You're crying over one ant at this point.
Whatever.
Like
Ant
90% of Pippa
scary.
watchers don't even know what flavor is anymore. They don't
Ant
know.
is crawling in my soda. I don't like that ant.
It's fine though. The ant won't do nothing.
I'll eat it.
Hey, hey, eat the grift. Eat it.
Yum.
Consume the grift.
I like Doki. I like what she stands for. I like how she does things. Um, I like Fauna. I like her. Well, I do watch Fauna. I watch clips, long form clips.
Yeah.
I like how she's like steady and reliable, and like very pleasant about everything, no matter what she's doing. I like Gargura because she's fucking cute, and I like that she's
She looks
like
stream.
the face of fucking VTubing. You know,
Not
VTuber, you
Cookie
think
Swirl.
cute,
Not Cookie
Cookie
Swirl. What are you
Swirl
talking about?
sweet, but Cookie Swirl C is like her own thing.
Yeah, she's in
You
her
know,
own
she's not
bubble.
like a VTuber VTuber. Yeah, she's doing her own thing.
Hmm. Yeah, but I know what you mean by with Gargura being the face of VTubing, because she's like first
She's
gen
like
Hololive.
John VTuber. You know, cute anime girl, right?
She's the one most people will know because,
And she sing, she dance a little bit.
But yeah. Parker.
Good, good.
Hey, you
Delete that
ready for it?
yawn.
No, I'm
Yeah,
keeping it in. Keeping it in.
ask the question.
Okay, what would you consider a good measure of worth as an artist slash content creator slash entertainer, etc.? A lot of people will just say what you enjoy or for yourself, but they tend to feel too vague or wishy washy that doesn't give any value or self insight.
Okay, you're not gonna like this answer, whoever asked this, but because it's subjective by nature, right? It's art. If
Yeah.
you know, less content creation, less entertainer, and more of art and artist, right? It's
Mm.
so fucking subjective. It's in the eye of the beholder, it's in the eye of the artist.
What's your
Any
eye?
value,
What's your
I think it's
value?
whatever they want to value it as, and whatever the viewer wants to value it as.
It's what you value?
Yeah. A lot of people, I'm literally saying that what you enjoy and for yourself, right? But it's also like what you're trying to show to other people, like what my understanding of people's reception will be, right? And I know it's vague and it is wishy-washy, but there's no objective value to art or content unless you want to perceive it under the eyes of another unit of measurement. Like, what is this value monetarily? This stream made 3 cents in ad revenue and I got one super chat, right? For ten
Well,
dollars.
going back
So what's
to
the
one of your
monetary
answers
value?
from one of your previous questions, I think what you value is bringing their unique interest into their shit, right? Like with your
Mm-hmm.
nursing experience, Chloe's or
Mm-hmm.
history, Senna's like construction, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you like it your worth as an artist content creator is their the creator's self being put into their work, right?
Yeah. The more self that's in it, I feel like the more valuable the stream, right? Uh Instead of like artist or content creator, if we change the question, sorry. If we change the question to like the value of the content of the stream, right? I feel
Yeah.
like the best streams, the most valuable ones are the ones that are the most unique, the most out there, the most personal, the most specific, right?
Mm-hmm.
Specific interest, specific knowledge, and those like if everyone is playing fucking Apex, it's kind of dull, it's whatever. But if you could add something to it, add a bit of yourself to it, right?
Like playing it with your feet, playing Apex with your feet. It's
It all comes back to feet. But I mean like for Doki Bird, right? Her approach to the game, she loves the game. She appreciates it, she enjoys it. She and her she has fun with it. She's deeply knowledgeable about it. She's good at it, and she has fun with it. And that's what she offers you when she streams Apex, right?
yeah.
Uh, Even more unique than that, I feel like, are the uh specific interest streams, Cinnabon Bon's deep dives, Leah's deep dives, Pippa's rants, whatever, right? But that's content. For the creator, they're all people, man. If you want to measure the creator by their creations only, go ahead. That's fine, whatever. I don't care. I don't do that. I try
Yeah,
not
I,
to
I
do that.
guess people just like condense this to like what you enjoy for yourself, right? It's because if you want good content, know what makes you you and what you enjoy and like how do you
What
apply
unique
that to
experiences
shit.
you have and how to
But
apply
your
them,
human
yeah.
experience, your soul into that shit, it'll show and people will be interested. And it's vague
Yeah.
because people don't know what is you. What is you? Right? They can't answer that for you. You have to, and that's the hardest thing.
What do you value? What do you want to share?
Next question. Where do you think the line is when determining whether a VTuber is performing a GFE, aka girlfriend experience?
I think that's interesting because uh it's like a question about VTubing in general, but directed for me, right?
Yeah, that's what they said.
Yeah. I'm I guess I just reset their question. But performing GFE.
Where is the
I
line?
feel like it's the intent, right? Because you could
Yeah,
literally GFE anything. You could be like, there could be like some girl doesn't talk, but you know it's a girl, and they're quietly playing League of Legends. You could literally be like, "Oh my god, I love League of Legends. Oh my god, she's probably cute under her PNG. Her voice is probably cute if she spoke, right? I kind of wish she was my girlfriend." You could get that girlfriend experience from that.
yeah,
So, if anything can be girlfriend experienced on the side of the viewer, what makes it differentiated on the side of the streamer? And I think it's intent, right? And what
yeah.
is
Are
the
they
intent?
purposely
Uh,
like?
if they're trying to provide, if they're trying to upkeep the illusion of one-on-one exclusive relationship, I think that's how I define it. Like ASMR, like your girlfriend tucks you in, and there's like 100 people watching, right?
No,
But
and she's like
the
using
streamer's
single
acting
person
like,
language.
yeah, him instead of like chat or you all, y'all, group. I don't think manipulation or monetary gain has to deal with it too.
Yeah, because you
I
can
think
do
it's
it
just the
without
intent,
getting
the
money.
approach. Like if you're approaching what is by definition a public activity, a group public activity, you know, as a singular thing and try to convince everyone that it's trying to give the experience that it's like one-on-one exclusive relationship, we're going out, that type of thing, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Then
yeah.
I think it's GFE. If you get rid of the group and try to condense it into a single person experience when it's obviously a group. Like let's say okay, what is by definition a group activity?
Uh,
A band?
yeah, bands.
Okay, let's say you're playing an instrument by yourself and no one's listening.
Yeah,
Are you a band?
and there's single one man band type of deal.
But it says one man band. It's like a unique type of band. Like by definition, you can't be a band,
I guess.
right?
Yeah.
So, uh, streaming by definition is like a group thing, right? I feel
Yeah.
like you
For the
need to
most
have the
part.
broadcaster and like a viewer or viewers, usually viewers. And it's like, I mean, I guess you could stream to no one. You could stream to one
Yeah,
person. I don't
but
know.
usually as a streamer, you expect to at least have
You expect and
someone.
try to get, and on average, there's like, a group of people watching, right?
Yeah, a handful.
So if you try to twist it and be like, hey, I'm talking to you, you know.
You, a
I guess
single
that'd
chat
be
member. You, a single viewer watching this right now.
because what's a girlfriend? It's a
What is a girlfriend?
exclusive relationship. It's exclusive relationship, whether it be including or not including sex, right? Because people go out and they don't have sex.
Yeah, it's
Um, it's
supposedly
an
like one-on-one exclusive. You support each other, like emotionally, and you're like
or you could
spend time.
emotionally abuse each other,
Yeah.
right? You could still go out with someone and they emotionally abuse each other. But
They're emotionally abusing you, single person.
yeah. I feel like the exclusive relationship part is part of the definition of girlfriend or boyfriend. So the exclusive relationship illusion is part of that GFE streaming thing.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's what I think the line is. Whether it's good or bad, I think it's neither. It's just what it is. It can be bad
Depends.
if you mistake something for what it isn't,
Yeah.
that could be bad. If you're
Could be bad on the
emotionally
streamer
reliant
part or the viewer
as an
part,
yeah,
depending on what they're
yeah,
doing with it.
yep. It can be bad. It can be good too, you know.
Yeah, it can help
Ease
people
that
get through
loneliness
some
and
shit
boredom.
times.
Yep.
Speaking of bad uh viewer experiences, what was the weirdest question someone sent you? I know how anonymous messages bring out the best in people on the internet. Don't lie to me. I know you had marshmallows for a bit before like you
Yeah.
did your voice reveal stream, right?
Yeah.
You remember any evil ones? Like really bad ones?
I remember one of them was just spam, and it was like feet or something.
It's always feet.
Always comes back to feet. Yeah. Or I don't know. It wasn't even a question though, and I guess this isn't just like in streams, like in real life, a question. Okay, here's an example of a fucked up weird question, right? Do you know what
Yeah.
a colonoscopy is? I mean, not a
Yes.
colonoscopy, a colostomy, colostomy bag
Yeah, the thing where you poop in a bag. Because you
in front
can't
of your
poop out of your
stomach.
butthole anymore.
Yeah. So apparently there was a male nursing student who went up to someone with a colostomy, a female. So she poops in a bag from her stomach, right?
Yeah.
And they went up to her and says, "Oh, so you have a boyfriend or husband or whatever? Do you only do it doggy style?"
Oh
That's fucked
yeah.
up.
Yeah, because it's
That's
clean, right?
weird.
Because she don't poop.
No, I mean from behind, flipped over so they
Oh.
don't have to look at the poop bag.
Oh.
I feel like that's like inappropriate, right? To
Yeah.
ask. You could wonder, but I chuckled to myself in my head when I heard someone ask that, but I was also like, damn, that's kind of fucked up, retarded,
Unless you
stupid
don't
ass
unless you
question.
like you're like really best friends with someone, you don't ask that. If you're like strangers, you don't go,
Especially if
hey.
you're a fucking nursing student, you have a reputation to uphold, professionalism, right? It's like,
I'm
what
sure.
the fuck? That's a weird question that I've heard someone ask someone
Just
else.
imagine if he could say that anonymously. What else would he fucking ask?
Yeah. Weird question. I feel like I approach most questions genuinely, even if they're like out of left field, even if they're unrelated to the topic at hand. I kind of like, oh, what is this question? Let me think about it for a bit. Yeah, let me try to give you a thoughtful, involved answer, right? There were some that thought I was a lolly. They're like, "Oh my god, you're a cute little girl. You're doing this, and that. Oh my god, I don't know. That's not that weird though. I feel like that's to be expected.
Yeah, with VTuber fans.
Yeah, or
God
just like
bless.
perverts on the internet, or just
Yeah.
normal people on the internet. Okay, yeah, okay. Moving on.
Moving on. Moving on, just like the hate mail.
You
Okay,
seem to
now we're
linger on that though.
what?
on the hate mail and receiving it.
Eh. Well, the person that sent it to you, they probably thought for 10 seconds and then, like, sent it. So you should think about it for 5 seconds and delete it.
Yeah.
That's just how it goes. Okay. You ready to move on? That was only half of the question. Okay, okay. Well, that was all the streamer related ones. Now we're going on to personal. Which first one's still slightly related to VTuber streaming. What's your favorite thing about
Hmm.
HoloLive?
They're professional. They're predictable. And within that professional predictableness is comfort, right? You don't go there for anything wild or for anything too off kilter. Just cute anime girl playing game, talking about stupid thing.
Yeah.
That's what I like about it. Good old reliable entertainment, you
Good
know?
old reliable, like, idol,
It doesn't need to
adjacent
make you
VTuber.
upset, doesn't need to make you thought provoked, right? Sometimes you want those things. You want to be mad, you want to be interested, you want to be shocked, you want to be sad, whatever emotion.
Is that all you like about Hollow? Your favorite thing about Hollow?
Again, the professional predictableness is like very sanitized stuff.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes some of their talents are a little more. It's like still sanitized, crazy, a little like,
Mhm.
little ganky, but
Mhm.
it's not like pure like sliced bread, right? You have different varieties of your
Mhm.
like.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's plain.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's not enjoyable or bad, I'm just saying it's reliable.
yeah, it's
It's
reliable.
predictable. Yeah, I like it. I want to
You're not
go
gonna
into
get a
Fauna
bad
stream
meal.
and know cute green woman talk about silly thing in nice soothing voice, playing silly game. Yeah, you click on a Brolime stream, you're like, what is this fucker up to? Too unpredictable, too volatile, too uh
Yeah,
variable in quality, too
I don't
variable in
know.
emotion.
Well, it's because
No?
you allow yourself to be like that.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
don't have the hollow brand to worry about.
I don't need to worry about a brand. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have a
Mm.
manager being like, "Bro, Lime, you weren't doing
Behave.
whatever. You're too sad on that
You
stream, bro, Lime. You have to be better."
have to make them happy and super chat you.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Okay, this is clearly from someone we probably know. It's not it's not a question, but you wanted me to leave this in. I really don't have anything to ask, just wanted to say you're beautiful souls and deserve the positive things that come your way.
Do we deserve such positivity?
I knew you were gonna be like this.
I'm a evil little fucker grifter.
How are you
I'm
evil? Name
sad
your sins.
posting. I
Say
can't.
your sins.
I can't on stream or on video.
Not. It's not a stream. I can edit it out. Or maybe
No, I'm not
not.
gonna say it now. Because you won't edit it out. You say something, it's
Okay.
there forever.
Okay, how many? How many sins you got? Okay, list them in your head and then count them.
There's a lot.
Okay? How many?
I don't want to count. I don't want to think about it. Makes me
Yeah,
feel
because
even more
you're
evil.
overestimating your sins, because they're not fucking sins.
Maybe.
I bet you, like, 90% of VTubers have done worse than you.
Maybe.
Maybe?
But
You're falling
I
asleep
know
in your
my
chair.
mindset is twisted. Huh?
You're like doing the thing where you, like, sit in the back of your chair, close your eyes, and then you're like, I thought about murdering people.
I'm looking down. Um. Maybe I know my mindset is twisted a little bit. but I feel like it's something I need to earn, need to deserve. Happiness, I have to work
But
for.
what if someone thinks
I
you've
don't
earned that and
necessarily
they want to give
deserve
it
it.
to you? But they
Well,
perceive them.
my impression is different. I don't necessarily deserve it.
Well, do you control if someone gives you positivity because they think you
Yeah,
deserve it?
you could choose to accept it or choose to reject it.
But why reject it?
I know. That's what I'm wondering.
What what great sin has Dr. Lolime done not to accept?
The sin of
Clearly,
inadequacy.
are you an adequate?
No.
Then stop lying. Stop lying. No, maybe that's your sin, lying. That's why you don't deserve the squishy compliment and hope and for positivity is because you lie.
I'm sad baiting. I'm
Okay.
baiting sad. I'm manipulative. I'm evil.
No, you're sad minded, so you get sad. You're not necessarily
Hmm.
baiting. You're not necessarily baiting. Okay, would you like a better topic? Next question.
Sure.
Are there any unusual or underrated games you recommend? Same with shows and movies.
Um, Games I usually like popular stuff. My favorite games are pretty popular. Monster Hunter, Siege. Well, I wouldn't recommend Siege anymore. Siege is one of those games where you put in 1,000 hours and you're like, yeah, I don't recommend this. Well, I don't hate it. I think it's fun. It's just
Can
hard to get
you
into.
play it well now?
No, I'm rusty. Too
No,
many
I'm saying
things
like if
changed.
someone new,
Oh,
they even get into it.
they could. It's hard to learn. You need the right mindset. And by right mindset, I mean like you can't get tilted easy. You cannot, because there is bullshit in the game. You just have to learn the counterplay. You need to learn what the bullshit is and the counterplay, because there is counterplay. And what sucks is that it's not always obvious and it's not always on you, you know?
Yeah.
It depends on what your objective is. If your objective is you want to win, you're gonna have a bad time. If your objective is you want the most kills, you'll have a bad time. If your objective is more aligned with what the game intends it to be, which is you let your team win, then you'll have a better time. If your objective is to learn and have fun, then you'll learn and have fun. And there's a lot to learn, and
Uh.
there's a lot of freedom of expression in it. You see what I'm
Well.
saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's
I'm thinking of
going.
certain behaviors that tick me
Yeah.
off.
I think that you need that mindset with fucking any game because if you go into any game
Oh
like,
yeah.
yeah, man, I want to win. I just want to win. You're gonna have an awful time because you're not always going to be fucking winning,
Nope.
right? No one has a 100% win rate unless they're cheating.
Even if they cheat, right? Um,
What about shows and
Games. I
movies?
really like Monster Hunter Rise. That's my comfort game. That's been my comfort game for a long time. Of course, there's Severed Steel, small indie shooter that I really like. Movies, when people think of like what do you call it? Underrated movies that I like Shoot 'em Up. You put a picture of it on the screen right now in
Yeah,
post.
yeah, I'll try to.
With Clive Owen and the Carrot. It's like a very, very, very silly, stupid action movie, and it has a lot of funny and interesting set pieces, and they just use guns like every way imaginable. You know what I mean? Not
Yeah.
just a weapon, but like tools, tools of expression. Um, Shows, movies. Movies. What else do I like that's like
Any
not
movies
exactly
that you really
mainstream.
enjoyed that you know not many people are probably seeing? Don't
All
you
the
have a
ones I know
list?
are like popular. I do have a list of movies I've enjoyed, but I can't immediately think. Kisaragi. That's a great movie.
There you
It's a
go.
Japanese movie about an idol who died, and like five fans who come together to pay their respects. And the twists and the reveals in that movie are godlike. It's relevant to VTubing because it's like relevant
Yeah,
to idol
idols.
culture. Yeah, I recommend you watch it.
Hmm.
I have a copy somewhere,
I wonder
but
what or movie I would
oh,
pick.
are you still wondering?
I'm wondering. I'm like
Oh,
going through my head.
well, while you're doing that, as far as games, if you like visual novels, please read Root Double. I love that VN. It's also has a lot of twists and turns, and it ought to be more popular than it is. But I feel like nobody ever talks about it. Um,
The issue with me is I've seen so much indie shit, like so much like small indie and like weird animated stuff. It's like hard to pick
yeah,
something.
I've seen, I guess, not enough that I care to remember
Wow,
off the
he
top of my
hates
head.
art and media. He hates media.
They just what's like relatively unknown that I enjoy? Because I feel like the things I enjoy are like known,
Yeah, because you
you
follow the
know?
mainstream. You're not cool like me. I watch this fucked up French animation.
I
And then
guess.
also just like indie stuff on YouTube. I guess Interface, I did a watch along of that. It's on
Mhm.
YouTube. And a guy all made it by himself for the most part, with some help later on. He made the music and all the animation.
I think you
And you can
showed this
see him,
before.
he's gotten slowly better over time, right?
Hmm.
And at the end, he's doing crazy shit. And he did it over, I think, 3, 4 years? I think it's like 2, 3 hours long altogether. He released it in parts.
Mm.
Uh, yeah, that's
I guess
the
if it
one big thing.
shows the few anime that I really liked from way back when, TTGL, Tengen Toppan Gurren Lagann, Darker Than Black. I mean, they're popular, but maybe they're old enough that people don't know what they are.
They're
Love those
probably old
two.
enough now where
I
Zoom
love
Zooms are like, oh
K-On!
my god, that's like from the 2000s. I'm not watching that.
Yep. It's not Isekai, I'm not watching it.
It's not Isekai. I'm not watching it.
Yeah.
It's not the new shonen
Um,
anime. Not watching it. Next question. Do you have any dreams that you remember? What's a good one?
my teeth falling out. That was not a good one.
That's not a good dream.
Yeah, all my teeth just like tumbling out, and I'm like trying to catch them and grab them and put them back, but they just tumble
Apparently, that's
all
a
out.
common dream you have when you're like overstressed.
Really? Oh.
Yeah.
Good dreams that I remember? The waking dream of reality. Ever since I did those shrooms at Offguy 2 years ago, I feel like I've been more detached. And I feel like that detachment is coming back for some reason.
What?
Like being able to
What?
like mentally step away and be like, damn, this is fucking weird.
Oh, just
The
like the having
assumptions
the
that we've previously had, you know,
yeah, the third person, like looking at everything third person and being like, what the fuck is going
not
on?
not just third person, but very neutral point of view, you know. No
Yeah.
more assumptions. Yeah.
That's what third person means. Like you come in not as the person or like the person's second person. You're the third person that
Well,
has no
even in third
attachment.
person, you could still have the same level of understanding, same assumptions, similar assumptions, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, like, detached in a weird way. Like, why is it? This is fucking weird, man. That type of
I've had that
feeling.
ever since I was a small kid. I've just been like, this is weird. Why
I
do we
hate
do this?
this.
What the
Why do we
fuck's
do this?
happening?
Why is it like this? I remember I fucked up and I killed a patient in a dream. I fucked up and I killed the patient, and it was my fault, and everyone was yelling at me. Like, yelling at me with, like, hatred. Like, why the fuck did you do that, you fucking retard? I'm just like,
But
uh.
like how you don't remember any of the good ones, and again, your brain purposely remembers the bad more than the good.
Yeah, I don't remember any good ones.
Mm, I always
Maybe
have.
when I'm being parasocial with anime women.
But do you have those dreams?
Not really, no. If I do, I don't remember them.
Maybe for the better.
Maybe. Going out with
Uh,
Pipkin Pippa, getting married, happily having kids, growing old
and then you wake
together.
up and you're like, oh,
It's
that
like,
happens to me a
I don't even
lot.
watch her.
Like I have full dreams of like different lives. For some reason, I
Hmm.
always remember the not space, sky pirate one, where I
Sky
lived a whole entire
Pirate.
life with someone completely different. It was sky pirates, and like I had friends, family, all that shit, all attached, right? And then I wake up and I go, huh, okay,
Gone.
gone. All those people, they're not real, and they're already gone and dead forever.
And you've forgotten about them. You don't even remember their names or their faces or who they were.
I just remember it
Just
happens.
concepts. Vague concepts. Yeah. That's what I'm scared of.
That's
Forgetting.
just life.
Oh, yeah. That's dementia.
That's
That's Alzheimer's.
that's Alzheimer's. Oh God.
Yep.
Well, what if reincarnation is real and that just happens, right? You die and then you forget everyone in your previous life and then you live a new one,
Hmm.
right? That's why we have deja vu. Ooh.
Nah. I think we just exist as specks in the world timeline.
Yeah, probably.
Specks.
So,
Building up to something much greater than us, but still insignificant, yet all the more important.
I do think the universe does recycle a lot, right? Because you can't destroy
Hmm.
energy, but it takes a lot, right? But like energy will be just be consumed and then like reused elsewhere, right?
Hmm.
I don't like believe 100% reincarnation, but I know everything is like recycled, right?
Recycle.
Cycle. Speaking of recycling, next question. What makes you smile?
I do a lot of fake smiling in the hospital.
I
Well,
even see
I
that?
I try to
The mask?
smile and show them. I don't wear a mask. We don't need
Coughing
to
on people, I
anymore, not on
see.
my unit. Huh?
Coughing on people, I see.
Yeah. They coughin in my face, I cough in theirs. Um it's like that sociable customer service type smile, right? What really makes me smile? Just
Well, we're
silly, cute, and funny shit, right?
yeah.
Not cute and funny as like cunny, but like I remember I was watching K-On! Season 2. It was an episode in the teens. I really liked Moogie, the blonde girl with the thick eyebrows. And I was laying in bed watching it on my laptop. And there's this scene where they're playing detective and they're following people. And usually she's like a small side character, but I really liked her character. And then she goes, "Oh, it's like we're playing detective." And it was so cute. It was so stupid. I felt my heart skip a beat. I was like, "Oh my God, she's so cute." And I felt my heart skip a beat, like time stopped. Like, that's the stupidest, cutest thing you could say right now. And she just said it. And I was not expecting that. Uh, that made me smile. Happy endings make me smile. As in, like, a good story with a good ending is like, nice.
Yeah.
Innocence makes me smile. My nephew makes me smile. He's so innocent, he's so cute, and he's so pure. And I'm like, damn, this is what we were all like growing up. We were like little retards. We're still retarded.
But we're not little no more.
We're big. We pretend to be adults, but we're almost as ignorant as we were back then. We just can communicate with bigger words, speak a little more
Sometimes.
clearly, but our understanding of the world is still so limited outside of
Because we're
our own
human.
perspectives. Yeah. I want to be a what do you call it? Time uh what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Time transcendent entity.
What?
It's like in the movie uh the space movie. What's that space movie by Christopher Nolan?
Uh,
Time dilation. At the very end he's like, these creatures are a higher dimension above us. They don't know when in time to do the thing. They know what to do, but they don't know when. They need a perspective of the 2D or whatever. And I'm like, whoa, I wish that was me. Yeah, I don't know.
uh, yeah, I don't know. It's good to remind yourself like what like things generally just make you happy, right?
I don't remember.
Especially with like stress of like life. Sometimes you just need simple enjoyment.
I like seeing art. I like
Does it
a
make you
good art
smile?
piece or something. Yeah, it does. Like a good art piece, something that you could tell a lot of thought and effort was put behind it, a lot of expertise, knowledge, right? Whether it be,
Yeah.
you know, an image, music, a stream, a skit, a bit, an you know, like any short thing. It's like, damn, that's pretty cool. That's nice.
Okay, this isn't a question. This is like someone demanding something.
What?
Ask him about his childhood. Uh, Make sure he understands he should be candid. Also, ask him to show a small collection of his whatever, but let him know in
Small
advance.
collection of what?
They just want to know about your childhood for
My
some reason.
childhood. I've been very fortunate growing up. I have a very supportive family, and my family's large. Um, I've been blessed with not having to worry about food or clothing or housing for like 99% of my life. I think it was dicey at one point, but we made it through. I have loving, supportive parents. I get along with my siblings. Uh, One memory I have that I only have because it was captured on VHS is my younger sister was born. I'm pushing her around in our driveway in a stroller. And then
Yeah,
one of the neighbors' kids come up, I think, and they're trying to steal the stroller from me. You know what kids do, right?
yeah.
And then I start crying and fighting them, I think. I'm like, I want to push my sister around. You know, be a good older brother. Um, yeah,
That's good even as like a small, like young child. You knew you like I want to be a good brother. I want to push my sister
maybe.
around. F you, who are
But I'm
you? Why are you
not.
getting near my sister?
I'm not a good brother. I'm just some guy
You're just some
that
brother,
happens to
just some
be
person.
blood related. Yeah. What else in my childhood? My first earliest memory is choking on a penny. I
Why
was
were you eating
crawling
a
on the
penny?
ground. I was crawling on the ground as a toddler baby. I see something shiny. I put it in my mouth to figure out what it is, and then I choke and I cough it up. And I remember staring at the penny like, what the fuck?
This is
But
why
I
you
didn't even
hate
have the
money?
concept of like death or anything. Maybe, I don't know. But I remember it was in our old apartment when we were growing up. I was on the floor on the carpet, choked on the penny, coughed it up, and stared at it. I was like, "Whoa, this just killed me! Almost killed me!" Like the
That's what
vague
woke you
notion of
up. That
that.
made you a person.
Yeah, that's what I
Fucking
conceived.
almost dying on a penny.
You know, this shiny thing. What the
Maybe
fuck
that's why
is
you're destined to
this?
hate money so much. Just because it
Maybe.
literally almost killed you. One single penny almost put you in the grave.
Yeah, don't put that shit in your mouth, man. It's not meant to be swallowed. It is not food.
I think
Any
related,
other
I
memories?
I put a
Oh,
fake grape and I ate it.
oh fuck. You're gonna choke on that.
I didn't choke on it, and
Squish you.
it came out of me whole.
Oh, damn. Oh, I also remember because I'm a minority, right? I
Yeah.
grew up in a predominantly upper middle class white neighborhood and feeling very detached or distant from most of my classmates. I mean, there was a good mix, but a lot of them were like fucking rich ass white kids. And I'm like, I can't relate to these people, these white people. They're so different from me, different culture, different
Mm,
priorities, different wants. I'm like, what the
you always
fuck?
find middle ground, but you have to like reach out, and they also have to be willing.
Yeah. You think white kids want to associate with a little minority child in the corner who's already,
Eh.
socially anxious and depressed and introverted?
Well, in my school, you were either white or Hispanic, so
Yeah. Well, those are
was
two majorities. I'm talking like, you know,
the Hispanic kids were very mean to the Asian kids.
yeah, you have Asian kids.
We had like
They're
three.
See, that's what I mean. That's what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Amongst the white people, I'm like one of three brown kids in the school, in the class, in the whatever, right? It's like, what the fuck? This thing speaks English? It's in my class? That's how I felt sometimes.
Okay, yeah,
That
no, like kids
distant.
are like that, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Uh,
mostly in elementary school.
yeah. I
Yeah.
guess it's better now. I
Oh
think
yeah, people are
maybe.
more accepting of like people are almost too accepting, like socially appropriate, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we need affirmative action and all blah 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 blah. Right? We got to make it equal. We got to have at least this, and this.
Mm,
I
oh
don't know.
no.
That's the vibe from my childhood. Being very introverted, being very afraid and anxious all the time, being worried, being pressured to perform well in school, even though I'm not the smartest or even care or want to.
And
It's
if it
like,
makes you feel
damn, I
better,
got
I
good
think
straight
everyone
A's.
is.
I don't know.
To some extent. I was
What? To some
pressured
extent, what?
hardcore, and then I
Oh.
tried my best, and then even though I gave 200%, it still wasn't enough, and I still got called lazy, and a whole bunch of other shit, and then that like broke me.
Oh, that
And it's like,
reminds
well,
me.
even if I did everything I can do, and you still call me lazy, then why should I be anything but
Yeah.
actually lazy?
I remember, so I was pressured to always get straight A's, and it's pretty easy to get A's in school, right? Especially early on. And then it ramps up in difficulty. But I have all A's and one B on my fucking report card, right?
Uh-oh.
I'm like, damn, this is pretty good. I'm proud of this. I show my dad, and he's like, what the fuck is this B? Why did you
Uh-oh.
get a B? No recognition for the positives. They're probably one of my core memories, shaped me who I am today.
I think that's an Asian parent thing.
Maybe. Like, excellence is like assumed, expected,
Yeah, 100, you get all
not the
100%, but
average.
199, then it's like, what is this
They'll
99?
kill you.
What
Yeah.
is this
They won't
99?
even they won't even look at the other shit. I think at that point in my schooling, I think that I reached the same point. I was like, you know what, fuck this. And I just did the bare minimum, the coast.
Yeah.
Started being more lazy, started being like not trying.
Yeah, because they only
Started
saw
not
your
wanting
worst, so
to
why try? Because even if you try, they're just gonna see your
yeah.
worst.
Yeah, I was like, okay, okay, fucker. Alright, dad. Alright, you little shit. I
Right.
don't care
Alright.
then.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Childhood fun.
Yeah.
Okay, here's another fun question. Since Lolime has an innate passion for helping individuals, why was the medical route of nursing slash doctoring the preferred route? Could Lolime find professional satisfaction going different specialization paths such as EMT, hospice, nutrition, dietarian, exercise, or physical therapy?
Well, I was in the hospital, inpatient psych, and seeing I saw less of the doctors. The doctors, they come to you, they ask questions, whatever. But you see them maybe like 10 minutes, 20 minutes at most a day, if that. But the people who are, when you're at your lowest, when you're at your weakest, when you're at your most sick, the ones who are around you the most are the nurses. I vaguely had a notion of wanting to be a nurse because there's a lot of nurses in my family already. And I was like, okay, maybe I'll do that. It was socially acceptable in my head, even though I'm a male, right? I don't
Yeah,
care. I was like, nursing, that seems all right. Seems like there's other guy nurses, that's okay. Even though it's a predominantly female field, female staff field, right? So I was like, okay,
yeah,
nursing, whatever. But it was until I was hospitalized, then after that hospitalization, that made me realize and appreciate nurses as a profession, as a responsibility, as a duty. Why I decided to still pursue it is because I have the resources and support and opportunity to do so. It was the right balance. You go to doctor school, it's like 12 years and then residency and all this shit. And I'm like, I don't want to be a doctor, especially if you just talk to your patients like 10, 20 minutes,
yeah.
like from the start. I've had 2 or 3 patients be like, oh, you're such a good nurse. Why aren't you a doctor? It's like, bitch, just because I'm male doesn't mean I want to be a doctor. It's completely different responsibilities. Um, why not EMT or tech or something else? It's because they don't pay enough.
Hospice, nutritionist,
They don't pay
like
enough.
whatever.
I like being a generalist, and nurses are usually the generalists. It pays decent. I can make a living off it. Again, I had the opportunity and support to pursue it. So I was like, all right, this seems like the most balanced option.
I feel like EMT that would be way too stressful because you're dealing with like actively dying people and you have to
Out in the
stabilize them.
field, out in the field. I like the idea of being part of like a massive human driven concept like a hospital or hospital
Yeah,
chain, right? It's like, damn, I'm part of the cog, or I'm a cog in the machine, and the machine is pretty fucking cool and does a lot of good.
yeah.
I like that. And it's like reliable too. EMTs, like, they see the only people with better stories than nurses are the EMTs because they see the wildest shit out in the field.
Yeah, because they're literally front lines.
Uh,
They pick them up and they pick them
like
up.
like humans turn to goo, fucked up shit
Like sometimes
all the
active
time.
situations, like someone just got
Yeah,
attacked or something.
yeah. I don't want that. I don't
Yeah,
like that
that's
unreliability, that variability, that unpredictableness. Not for me.
yeah.
And it doesn't pay as much, and I need
Apparently,
money.
I feel
I
like they
need to
should be
make
paying
money.
the ETM like a lot.
No. I mean, when you break it down, their job is relatively simple and an easy field to enter. You stabilize, bring them in. That's all. That's your job. Stabilize, bring them in. Stabilize enough to bring them in. You don't
Yeah.
have to do anything complicated. You don't have to
Yeah, but
stick with
making
them
them
long.
stable and like not dead is a pretty intense like requirement action.
No, no. Make sure they breathe. Make sure heart beating. Okay, good. Go, go. Wheel them in.
Yeah, but
Wheel them
sometimes you're
into the
real
big
fucked up.
building. Yeah, and well, you wheel them in faster. That's literally,
Yeah, I guess you just gotta hand
the
it off
the
quick.
there's only so much you could do in the field, and you do that and you go. Stroke, heart attack, those are like the 2 big things.
Yeah.
Stabilize, go. Or like Violence or accidents, stabilize, go. The hospital is the goal. Yeah, it's
I guess I'm thinking of
relatively
they have to
simple.
experience the most like extreme
It's still
stress.
fucked up though, and it's stressful. Like there's only so much you could do. That's stressful, you
Yeah.
know? You see like a child mangled because a car flipped over like 5 times.
Yeah,
It's
there's
like
only
what
so
the
much you
fuck
can
do
do
I
for this child.
I make sure their heart beating, they're not oozing blood, they're not squirting blood, they could breathe. Wheel them in. Wheel them in real fucking
Will him
fast this time. Yeah,
so they
wheel
can
them in.
unmangle the child.
Unmangle. Yeah,
They bring out the unmangler machine.
unmangler. Put him in the OR. Unmangle that child. Yup. That's what it.
uh,
I don't know. Whereas nursing, you have to like consider a lot. I hope I don't sound like I'm belittling other fields like
no.
EMTs. I respect them a lot. They do a lot.
Just putting more
I'm
of a
I'm saying
realistic
like,
expectation, like this is what they're known or what they do actually.
yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't like it because of the variability and it doesn't pay as much. I'm sorry. I need to make money to live.
Going on to that topic. Next question. When will
Okay.
nursing and doctor return to the days of being able to directly tell people their problems their weight or eating habits are killing them instead of going for the 5-star patient care of being nice and pill dispensing garbage to make them go away happy?
The reason why we've ended up like that is because we treat, especially in the United States, we treat healthcare as a commodity, something to be purchased, a service to be bought, not as a human right, not as a necessity, not as a, unique thing. Like
Yeah.
it's like me fixing your faucet. I fix your heart, People that's how it's kind of treated as. You like utilities, they're kind of treated differently, special access to water and electricity, right?
Yeah.
And sanitation, that's utilities, not like necessarily like a service good. There it operates under different rules. Whereas because it's privatized, commodified, we have then transformed it into making the customer, the client happy, right? Not
Yeah.
necessarily making them healthy, but making them satisfied with your care that they will purchase our services again if the time comes. And the only way we're going to go back to the days where we could just say, hey, you're fucking retarded, you're fat, change your habits. This is reversible, is if we focus more on like public health and health as a group instead of focusing on individuals. Because if you realize and you think about it and you internalize that we do everything as a group, as uh, pieces of humanity woven together, like, okay, there's one fat person, right? They can ruin their life, whatever. But
Yeah.
in actuality, their life in irresponsible life choices, what they eat, what they choose not to do, whatever, choose not to exercise, whatever, will strain the healthcare system as a whole. It takes four fucking people to wipe that 300-pound woman's ass. Four people. She can't even wipe her ass herself. Yet we're expected to take care of her, and that takes resources away from other people. And people are like, oh, my insurance will cover it. Well, guess who's paying that, You are. You are as a group. You're part of a
Yeah, the
group
other
now.
people in the fucking
And
before
you're
are also
like,
paying
oh,
for
I'm an
it because poor
individual.
nurses have to wipe their ass when they could be getting their other shit taken care of.
Yeah. You see what I'm
So it's
trying to
not just like
say?
taxpayer dollars, it's also people's time, other people's
It's
like health.
it's that assumption of the individual over the group that's I was talking with this about Lude, and he said evil is something similar to what I am trying to define.
What
And
evil is
evil
like
is like,
singular?
yeah, like when you become so selfish that you put your needs and wants above your tribe or your group or your family or whatever, you know?
Sometimes you do have to focus on yourself, and you need to do things for yourself.
Yeah,
But
but you
yeah,
need
like
to consider and respect the whole of society, the whole of the tribe, the whole of the group, the whole of your family, whatever, you
yeah.
know?
I don't know if I'll ever go back to that way of thinking in like United States. I think we're very much singular
Individualize, yeah.
thinking, or at the
Like
most like
individual,
family unit.
certain cultures prioritize the individual, and because of that, you're so isolated. Even like in a familial unit, like, your mother's doing this, your father's doing that. They're not seen together as like parents. They're
Yeah,
seen as like separate entities, individual, not even within like a nuclear family unit.
well, I think that's
It's
because of
fucked up.
divorce rates, right?
Yeah, well, that too. Again, like you're married for you. You're not married for your family. You're not married for the other person. It's because you want to fuck this one person for the rest of your life. But then you're like, hey, you know what? I want to fuck other people.
Or I don't like this person anymore. Goodbye.
Yeah, you don't try to make it work. You don't try to fix it. You don't, whatever, you know?
Yeah, too many
It's
self
all
want.
about me. Self want, not group need. I don't know. Again, this is supposed to be an interview of me and I guess my way of thinking. So I
Yeah,
guess I hope that's adequate. Whether
yeah.
you agree or disagree, hate it or love it, whatever.
Mm.
Or
Again, like
whatever
sometimes
thoughts
you
you
just
may
gotta be
have.
like, ah, that's just how I think. That's just me,
Yeah,
right?
that's how that guy thinks.
Individualism is sometimes okay. It's just in the
But I mean,
grand
like,
scheme.
acceptance as a group, though. That's what
Yeah,
it takes, you know? Hey, you know what? He thinks different. That's okay. Okay. Whatever. A
yeah,
group.
yeah. Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
people say I thought about this. People are saying there's a crisis of individualism, right? But with that issue is it's too much a group think where you have to be a clone of another group, right? Or
Yeah.
else they hate you and they throw you out.
Again,
They're-
balance.
yeah,
Balance. It's easy
but
to
it's
say
all
that,
different
but
for different things like with health and like
yeah.
that stuff and family. Next question. How long have you two
Okay.
been friends? Did you know each other before FlaVR or did you meet because of it? Are there any specific ways your friendship has improved or changed your lives? Has being closer than just friends ever been a serious whatever for the road ahead?
Read the word consideration.
Serious consideration for the road ahead.
How long have we been friends? I don't know. We started
Uh,
talking about, again, like, my schedule is very odd, and Raimi just happens to be awake at the same times and active. And I'm like, hey, you want to do this, or that? And she's like, okay. And our personalities seem to mesh well for that.
did we know
Did
each
we
other
not?
before FlaVR?
No,
No.
that's just a no. We met because of it. We definitely
Yeah.
did. But I don't know who the fuck this is. I feel
Yeah,
like
who the
people
fuck
don't
are
believe
you?
that though. Yeah, who
Yeah,
am
they
I? I'm
won't.
a no one. Are there any specific ways your friendship have improved or changed your lives?
I
I don't
guess
know.
like
I'm less bored,
encouragement
less
from the
lonely.
other.
Yeah, I try to get Raimi to do shit.
Yeah, and I tried to get you to stop being such a fucking sad baby.
I'm sad. One view, Sad Boy Spiral. Out
It don't
now
matter.
on YouTube.com.
Yeah, chill your single. That should be part of
Chill.
an album.
As being closer than just friends? Not really. No.
Eh.
I'm just vibing. I don't care. I don't want a
I mean, do we
relationship
have to?
necessarily. You don't have to. I feel like, are you gonna date your best guy friends? Like, let's say your best guy friends for like
You're saying you wouldn't
10
marry your
years.
best homie for the tax cuts?
I mean, we get along, but not like get along like that,
Yeah.
That's different. That's a different relationship. I'm looking for something else in a person, I guess. You know,
Wow. Hates me.
I hate you.
Yeah, but
Um,
yeah. Anything else you want to add to
serious
that?
consideration? Not really. No.
The
Did I
thing is,
answer
even though we
adequately? Oh,
maybe
go
will
ahead.
people
Go ahead.
accept it? Maybe.
Does it matter if they accept it? No.
No. Okay, you want to go
What do
back
you
to the
saying?
5-year question?
No. What did you say?
What? What did I say?
What were you gonna say? Something.
Was I?
Yeah, I interrupted you.
Which part?
I forget.
God bless.
God damn it.
No,
Edit
it's just
that out.
gonna. No. Stay 10.
Edit out the awkwardness. The awkward
No.
tangents
That's how
that
you
don't
know they're
matter.
human if they're weird and
You're
awkward.
fucking lazy ass editor, not willing to cut anything. Oh my god. Alright, whatever.
Okay, that I don't know.
I mean, you could make your editing style just cut out like yab shit, and like
Well,
keep the whole vibe if you think it's
uh,
good.
well, what the fuck was
Instead of trying to
Yab?
heavily,
I feel like I'm a bad judger of Yab.
yeah, I don't know. I can talk about why I hate certain groups.
Okay, that probably would have to be cut out.
Yeah,
Which I'm
see?
not confirming or denying was in the middle of this that I had to cut out. Smile.
If there's any strange cuts, like the fucking like
The
the
model.
animation isn't smooth. It's like it
He's like,
cuts like,
oh,
slightly different.
oh.
Yeah. What
Uh,
were you saying?
we can be truthful about the things we say. Like, honestly, hand on the Bible, didn't know Broline
And on the
personally.
Bible. Well, I mean, you could say that about everything I've responded to in this interview, all these
Yeah.
questions. I could have lied for all of them, right? I could have fabricated my childhood memories of choking on a penny. But does it matter? I don't know.
I mean,
Would
kind
I
of.
want to? I don't know. I don't know. You could try to pick apart my
Psychoanalyze.
motivation, psychoanalyze. That's for you to do. That's fine. But I'm presenting it how it is. I feel like it's been like 2 fucking years of being out in public, right? As a
Yeah. Actually, let me go
entity
to
to be
Twitter DMs.
perceived.
Let me see if I could
What?
see the exact date that
Why
I
does that
DM'd you.
matter?
May 11th, 2023.
When was that? Oh.
I literally just said
You
May
literally just said the
11th,
date. I
2023.
was like, huh?
7
Why
8
does
it's
it?
6 7 a.m.
Whatever.
He replied an hour later.
I was awake, see? I was in neat mode.
Yeah, we were fucking DM each other at 7 a.m. He replies at 8 a.m. Because we're fucking weirdos that don't sleep.
Yeah.
And I guess I was the first one that DM'd. So it was me. It was all me. It was me. I groomed him. You're welcome.
Okay.
It was all me.
Good. When the groomer is female, like they get away with it, right? Like the teacher who like fucks their student. If it's
It's
a
not.
female teacher,
What are you
no
trying
matter
to
how
imply
mid,
here? What are you trying to imply here?
I'm implying that women have a certain social privilege, like in that one video I was talking about before.
Yeah.
Women hold a certain social privilege. Me, as a guy, I recognize that I do not have these privileges, and also that they can be held against me, especially in the VTuber world that's primarily
Yeah,
filled with
I DM
females.
first. I shot the gun first.
Damn, kill me. Aim for the medulla oblongata, the
No.
brainstem. Is that the brainstem? I forget.
I don't know what you're saying.
I'm not in Euro.
Okay, you ready? The last question? Maybe.
Okay.
Where do you want to be in 5 years? Do not say dead.
Dying.
That's the same thing.
No, it's not. Dead is a state.
Dead
Dying
and
is
dying, you
progression
can't
to
say
that
that.
state.
Okay, in 5 years,
Alright,
where do you want to
fine.
be?
So I recently started on the cardiac floor. It's gonna be about 1 to 2, more likely 2 years until I'm like confident and competent and confident, right? Maybe take up a charge nurse position on the same unit. I want to precept. I want to teach. I think that's my ultimate goal. If I could get paid for teaching people what I know, and if what I know is like solid, I'd do that. Um, I don't
I
know
feel
if
like
I'd still
teaching
be
jobs don't get
streaming.
paid much.
Yeah, well, it depends. If you're like a instructor in the hospital, that's a different than like a school professor, you know. Hopefully away from bedside in 5 years. Like I could see myself easily doing it for 3, 4 more, but 5 is teetering to like I want to go either into a different field or still in cardiac nursing, but away from the bedside. You know,
Yeah.
it's just tiring. You know, it's just tiring dealing with direct human lives. Like a little
Also a lot of
detachment,
physical.
little distancing would be nice. Yeah, a lot of physical stuff. Um, Hopefully more fit physically. I need to get a gym membership and just drive to the gym weekday nights. I need to find one that's open 24/7. Maybe living on my own again, who knows? Uh Maybe in a relationship by then, who knows? Maybe with a kid. Damn, 5 years is a long
That's
time.
yeah, 5 years that is enough to find someone, get married, and maybe have a kid.
Yeah, my cousin did that recently. Uh Met some guy and they got married pretty fast. She was one of the last. She and I and a few other people, like 2 or 3 more, are like one of the last ones to get in a relationship and engaged and married. 5 years. I wonder what I would be doing as far as a hobby. I've been doing this for 2, and I didn't really like expect or plan to be doing it this long, right?
Well, how much did
Streaming,
you
making
expect?
content. I didn't really have any expectations. Again, I stream on a whim, I play games on a whim, I make stuff on a whim. Um, so to keep the whim going, to still have that urge, that drive after 2 years is kind of weird to me. Who knows after 7, man? In 5 years. I wonder if I'll be watching the same people doing the same things. I'll probably keep similar hobbies, like the same taste in games and visual novels, fighting games, shooting games, whatever. My allergy to MMOs probably will stay the same because it's been the same for like 10 fucking years.
Think you'll get one of those like weird adult hobbies where like golfing?
If anything, like gunsmithing. Guns are
Hmm.
cool. I like guns as machines to be toyed around with. Uh, what else would be like a middle-aged adult hobby type thing?
What the
Golfing
fuck do
is easy on the
middle-aged men do
joints.
besides go to the bar and drink and then like
What
golf?
the fuck? Uh, Raise their family, go to work, watch sport. I don't know. That's normie shit.
Well,
I
yeah.
don't see myself doing that.
Not gonna get into that football. That
I've
football.
never, my entire life, I've never really been interested in team sports. Right? Growing up, I was, the odd one out, last picked, whatever. So to now get into team sports, I don't see it. Especially like my dad is very into sports. I'd be able to bond with him over it. I never did growing up. I just don't care about football or baseball or whatever. Ball going hole, ball hit with a stick. I don't give a shit, man. Give
Okay,
me
it's
give me
it's
like
kind of
video
fun
game.
to play the sports where you hit a ball with a stick, but watching
Yeah,
it is
it's
really
fun.
boring.
It's fun to play. It's fun to do all these things, right? I agree. Uh,
Well, you're not gonna be like the old creepy guys that
but
watch
I
like
don't.
female volleyball.
I was about to say I like volleyball as a sport, but But
Yeah. I
not
wonder why.
watching. I like doing. No, it's because a lot of my cousins play volleyball. They're in like leagues and shit, I think. But usually when my relatives get together, we all just fill up the court. But yeah, I don't see myself being a hobby of sports ball.
Gonna be like the
Mm,
old guy playing some fucking popular multiplayer game.
hopefully I have pets by then. I want a cat. I'll be an
Aren't you
old lonely guy
allergic?
with cats.
Are
Yeah,
you allergic? Are you gonna have a
yeah.
cat?
I don't know. They'll have whatever for it by then.
I don't
Magic.
know.
Mm,
You're gonna have
I
to get
still
like a
see
hairless
myself in
cat.
healthcare. Ew, yucky, ugly. I still see myself in healthcare. Again, not bedside necessarily, but maybe in a leadership position or a technology position. Leadership as in like management
Management teaching.
or teaching, yeah.
Do you think you could handle the young dumb nurses coming in?
Yeah,
And you have to be like, no, you idiot, you can't do that.
yeah. I'm pretty good at it. I like at my old place, they had a lot of med surg students. I loved grilling them because I knew like a slightly bit more and I enjoy being able to impart that knowledge, especially since I remember vividly how retarded I was. It's like, what? Where's the bladder? They're like, palpate the bladder on this pregnant woman. And I'm like, reaching around the belly button, and they're like, no, it's down here. I was like, what? What's a bladder?
What?
And
You
we
didn't
were
know where the
supposed to
bladder
study anatomy
was?
by then. Well, I don't know, like physically, especially on a pregnant woman, right? I was like, what the fuck? Bladder be squished. Bladder squished down. As I said, I like grilling the students. Like, okay, what vital signs are we looking at in particular when we assess this patient? You know, what organs are we also concerned for when this is failing, or we know they have this in their patient history, right? I like asking those. I like making them think, making them a little more sharp, connecting the dots. Feels good. Um, I'm definitely gonna be like indoorsy on my computer. I've always loved, just gaming alone inside.
Gonna have a, what is it? A 60, whatever, 90 graphics card in
In
5
5 years, it
years?
would be like the 20 something.
Maybe.
You
That
know what I
fucking
mean?
knows.
Like we're
It's
at
gonna be like a hamburger. It's gonna be
60,
like
70, 80,
5 graphic
90s.
cards stacked on top of each other.
Nah, I'm sure there'll probably be pushes forward in technology that makes it more space or power efficient or whatever.
Maybe. I don't
That's
know. They're already
cool.
getting to like the ceiling cap, I feel like.
I forget. I don't follow science and technology much. I'm
Well, how
thinking
are
about
you gonna. You wanna
spiders.
get into the more sciencey technology part of nursing and you don't even know.
Well, this is like deep into comp sci and like theoretical physics and shit. Like what? Like we have capacitors like how many microns wide or whatever value it is. Like what is the theoretical smallest we can manufacture? I don't follow that. You
What do
know,
you
if it's like
mean?
medical equipment, it's like okay, this brand of medical equipment does this and it
What if
has
you had to put a
advantages over
graphics
this.
card inside someone's rib cage, okay?
That would be cool as fuck. Yo, they got graphics in their head. Real time
Real
3D
time graphics in the eyeballs.
virtual YouTubing.
You gotta install the
Yeah.
RAM
Your
so you can
RAM, you're
process
too
shit better.
stupid. Your brain too dumb.
Person
Not
running
enough
on Chromium, he
neurons.
needs more RAM. Get out
He's
the RAM sticks!
running out. He's running out. Oh shit. Yeah. 5 years.
Oh.
What else?
That's it. That's all the questions.
I answered professionally. I answered personally. I answered socially. I answered hobbies.
You get a B minus. Well, oh wait, no, you were raised with Asian parents. You got an A plus.
I'm gonna
There
kill
you go.
myself. It's not an A plus plus.
Can't get
It was a
those.
99. It was not 100%. Die.
Die.
Kill this child.
This child not smart. He can't even get
This
a
child,
110.
one child per family policy. This child, we're getting another one. Get rid of this one. Put him in the
Sent him to the
dumpster.
factories. We'll get another
Send
one.
him to the mines. Uh, any other questions you could think of based off what I answered? I feel like a lot of these were good. Like I was able to
Yeah,
express and talk about and think about stuff that doesn't normally show up on stream. More like introspective too. Again,
yeah.
like the introspective stuff that comes on stream is usually related to the same shit, like content creation, streaming, VTuber stuff specifically.
But we started
This is
with
like
that and we
general
worked
life
our
stuff.
way
Yeah.
into more life personable stuff.
Well, even the
Oh,
content creator introspection was more specific.
yeah. You don't fall into the same streamer loop, like same
There should be
like
more
chat.
medical questions because I feel like a lot of these you could ask anyone, but
I feel like
for
it's
me
because most people
specific to
don't
answer,
know medical stuff and they
or
don't
they
know what
don't
to
know
ask.
me. The one about the nurses and doctors returning to the days of telling people they're fat is that's a good question. I was able to answer that succinctly, I think,
Yeah.
or being uh helpful to individuals
I could
or
ask
different
you a
specialties.
big general question to end it on.
What?
Would you like that?
Like what?
Would you like a big general question?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
You're the
If
interviewee.
you could tell the world one thing, what would it be?
Oh, it all passes.
It all passes.
Life, death, any good, any bad, it all passes. Whether you take advantage of it, whether you want it to linger, whether you want it to pass quicker, it'll go by. So do what you can while you can. Actually, maybe do what you can while you can. You know, appreciate your Oshi, take care of your own health, that sort of thing, because it all passes. That's all. Say your
Uh,
goodbye. Did you end it already? You gotta say
no.
goodbye
No, I
properly. Okay,
haven't hit
good.
stop recording yet.
Okay, good.
Uh, fuck, how do you end? I don't know how you start. I don't know how
You
you
say
end.
thank you.
Okay, thank you, Lolime, for coming on to my beautiful podcast in my
Like the
beautiful
room.
cardboard box room.
Yeah. I was just a flapping like PNG. I didn't really move much.
It's
I didn't really
fine.
express myself much in the VTuber avatar.
Oh yeah, I need to ask you to like doodle something so then in the next episode there'll be like a little whatever you doodle in the backgrounds. So you
Okay.
can leave your little disgusting mark on the thing.
Okay. What else? Thank you for those who will be watching in the future. I hope it
Oh
was
yeah, you should
interesting,
chill
especially if you made it
yourself.
to the end. I don't want to show myself. Don't watch me. Get filtered. Get out of here. I like my
No,
core
watch
chat already.
Dr.
Do
Lolime. What
your
if
reps.
the only thing I edit is like a big flashing thing with your channel?
That's so stupid. Cut out the dead air or like the pauses in between the question. At least put the questions on the fucking
I
screen in the
will. I'm
middle.
joking. I'm joking.
No, you won't. You'll do nothing, and then eventually you'll delete the project because you're like, this is cringe.
It is cringe.
Yeah, let it free. It
Yeah,
all
but I have to
passes. The
slap it
cringe will
around.
pass.
You'll pass.
Delete out those two things, though.
Which two things?
You know what I'm talking about.
What, you being racist? And then what else?
Not that. I was never racist. And if I was, you'd delete it, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
ignore any weird like cut generated model.
You should you you should have a random part where if there's like a long chunk of dead air, you just cut it. And it's like, oh, what did they say? What are they talking about?
Okay, yeah, but yeah, that's the pilot episode, I guess, maybe.
How much footage do you have?
We have 2 hours and 40 minutes.
That's a stream. Holy shit. Are you gonna
That's a
condense it? Are you
podcast.
gonna cut out the boring questions or answer boring answers?
I don't know. I don't know when to stop either. Do I stop recording?
If you think my responses weren't particularly interesting rewatching it, just delete it.
Well,
That's
that's
fine. You
mean.
gotta edit it out. No, it's not. You're trying to make something condense, easily watchable, right? You're trying to show other
Well, not.
tubers
It's
and other
fine if it's like
personalities.
2 hours. It's fine.
Oh, that's okay then. Whatever. It's your
Okay.
thing.
Okay.
You decide though, whatever's
I suck at
parameters.
intros and endings.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Look forward to the next single one of this project.
Single other episode, maybe.
Do more
Smile.
than one, man. Just keep up with it.
Okay, I'll harass someone. Okay, bye bye. Bye bye.
Sawa!
Bye bye. Thank you. Thank you. She's like dead. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Oh, yeah.
Bye bye.
Bye. Cut that out.